I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. What up? When I was a little boy, I put my hood on my back. All eyes on me and nobody cut me no slack. While bowling up and down, that cold money was all I thought. And daddy was selling drugs, so it made me say fuck sports. Him teaching me the game, felt like he was passing the torch. In front of projects, I jumped off the stoop, not a port. My OGs was my idols, not no Meech or Rick Ross. And remember, to be a boss, life was always the cause. I carried Christ on my back, that's why they call me the cross. And whenever shit was rough, I just hustle and stay my course. And every time I pull myself back on my feet, digging my cleats, every step I take, rip up the streets. A gun in a vest, some money and weed is all I need. When I hit the block, my mama started losing her sleep. To love a nigga like me is really not for the weak. I became a villain after that 100 bullets ate up my Uncle G. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I'm hands-on, my kids ain't raised by no iPad. I show up every day, if you a man, try that. Can't call yourself a man if you make a child and deny that.
And if I get a job, I won't quit that easy. Did you hear her, Miss Mugo? Yeah.
Yo. Yes, sir.
Yo.
It's an echo.
Is it me?
Yo.
You got something?
Yo.
Someone in the background they want?
Yeah, my
joke's still echo.
Close my window. See if I can find out it's me.
You hear me good?
You hear me good, Will?
Yeah. Cut his for a minute. Mute him, make sure it's him. Yo. Okay, yeah, it's him. It's you, Davon.
Welcome to another episode of Good Dad, Bad Son with your favorite cousins. We're back on this Good Friday. How y'all been, man?
Good, man. Can't complain.
It's been a busy one, that's for sure.
Yeah. It slowed down now, but yeah, it's busy week for me and you both.
Yes, sir.
For real.
Yes, sir. I'm happy. This is a break for me right now.
As far as what?
I've been ripping and running up and down the highway, back and forth. Yeah. So when I get a chance to sit down and do this, I'm on break right now.
It's a break for real, like a school break or something?
No, I'm just saying. There's a little 2 hours I get to breathe, which chill out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even been able to make it to the gym or nothing.
So what you got going on tomorrow? You gonna be at the park?
I'm gonna be at the park bright and early, helping set up tents and watching them get the grill together. I ain't no grill master.
We got the 3-on-3 tournament tomorrow, y'all. Ronald Reagan Park. You want to play? Do you want to play? We can play the clip, right?
Yeah, we'll play it. We'll play it.
We got the
Let me
3-on-3
bring Kurt
tournament
on before you start crying.
We got the 3-on-3 tournament, man. 4th annual. Good Deed, sponsored by Good Deed and One Breath CNA and Good Dad Bad Son podcast.
Yes, sir. If y'all in Georgia, man, pull up on us. We got plenty of food,
Keep doing that.
drinks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a comedy show for sure. If nothing else. Kurt, what's up with you?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
You're doing all right, bro.
Good.
Appreciate you for kicking it with. Man, come on, Kurt. 20 damn seconds.
What?
Did the echo go away, my guy?
Yep, you straight.
All right, bet.
Yeah, the echo went away. Yep.
I'm in a legalized state, Will. It's all
Yeah, we
good.
still don't want to put that on the thing on the camera though.
Monica said she'll be there. Calvin said we need some tables. Pull up right now, Cal. Come grab them.
I think I could bring 1 or 2.
I think I got like 3 or 4 in the garage.
You said it's on Ronald. It's in Ronald Reagan Park, BJ.
Yeah, Five Forks.
Yeah.
You know the park.
Okay. Yeah, I'm right down the block from it, I think.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm in Snellville. I'm on the other side of Ronald Reagan, right
Your mic
across
low or
from.
something, Davon.
Anything going on with my mics and stuff today? What's going on? Okay.
What up, bro?
Kurt, you been doing better since you had that earpiece, man.
Let me go get. I'm about to go get my
A
head.
lot better.
Yeah.
Hear you clearly now.
headphones
And
right
everything. I told you.
You see him, Head? He said Kurt crazy.
Hey, what up? Yo, hey, we got the 3-on-3 tournament tomorrow at Ronald Reagan. Pull up.
Hey, Will, who said I was crazy? See, people you don't understand, they call crazy.
Head.
Now, Head, no, he ain't got no business talking about I'm crazy.
Head, you should perform tomorrow at the joint. That'll be dope. You got something? You got something for him tomorrow? There'll be about 100 folks there at least.
Hey,
What up,
BJ,
Josh? What's up, bro?
BJ,
Hey, you got something you want? Hey, you get on the mic, Josh. What it do? Where Maine at? Maine
hey, BJ, I got to put you on something real quick.
Maine
You know,
been MIA.
Sade moved to Bangkok.
She told me.
She went all the
She
way
out
to
there?
Bangkok. Yeah. She said her rent at her condo is $7 a month.
Y'all
Seven.
about to be moving.
Yeah, but I mean, you just gonna live a moderate, poor life.
Yeah, you all the way in Bangkok.
Yeah, I mean, my rate only but you over there.
Now what?
Yeah,
I
that
pass.
way. But
Hey,
your
look.
life is gonna be based off of I'm over here where it's cheap at, and you know what I mean.
Hey, I told her, I said she better watch out. They fighting on the border of Cambodia.
Nah, Trump just they just signed a peace treaty.
Trump ain't did.
They just signed a peace treaty.
They always say
I
they
believe
say
it was
they
Cambodia, wasn't it Cambodia?
yeah, they say they be saying like they did the same thing with Vietnam. Oh, we signed a peace and they ain't signed nothing. They still fighting in them jungles. Them
I mean,
motherfuckers
you
been
can't
fighting.
stop them from doing, but I mean, for the most part, majority is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know.
It is what it is.
They don't have a
Yeah,
democratic.
Thailand and Cambodia.
Yeah.
The Congo and Rwanda, India and Pakistan, Thailand and Cambodia. Yeah, that's what's up. Niggas don't want to get that man no credit, but he trying. He's doing more than the last few administrations.
That's what I don't appreciate about nothing. People always say that what somebody is doing ain't the right way, but ain't no alternative. Like, we got to do something. We can't just keep doing nothing.
And it ain't really no blueprint. I mean,
Right.
certain stuff it might be a blueprint, but it ain't really no blueprint. Like, yo, man, we just trying to do what's right. Man, just trying to do what's right, man.
Not for nothing.
We just want to put America first.
Right.
Not for
And I'm
nothing.
with that.
Not for nothing. There's no leadership that anybody's always 100% with.
Ever.
This never happened in any civilization. Nobody's ever. Not everybody's gonna be happy with everything. So
The man pardoned a few African Americans. They said he clout chasing. How he clout chasing? He already damn president of the United States.
Let's get that. This is what I had to explain the other day too. Let's get this straight.
He don't even be doing it.
That's Miss
The pardons are.
That's Nana Marie.
Yeah.
That's Nana Marie. The pardons are that he put in charge. That, you know what I mean? He made the lady that did 22 years in the feds, that Kim Kardashian got out, that he pardoned. He made her the pardon czar. Just give me a list of names, man. We'll look into it, man. Whatever. You know what I mean? Why they saying this man is so racist and he hate black people? You know what I mean? Once again.
Do any of y'all think the president of the United States needs to clout chase though? That's just dumb.
Already the president.
what-
He's already in the seat. He's already there.
You gotta listen to the operative word, united.
hurry the fuck up.
United? He's president of part of this country. That's it.
Oh, let me tell.
What's up, Nora?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good, good.
What's up, no?
No.
Don't come up here smiling and shit.
What's up, Kurt?
Hey,
Kurt, happy now.
yeah, I'm happy.
Look at
I got my ally here.
smiling like it's your damn birthday.
I thought he was talking to me. I was like, what's his problem? I wasn't even smiling. How you doing, BJ?
Doesn't know.
What's up? What's up? What y'all got going on, man? How y'all week was, man? How your week was, Noah? I know I could get something interesting out of you. How your week was? You was in goddamn New York all week.
I had a good week. I actually spent half of it in Jersey, so it wasn't that much going on. But I just got back today.
Oh, you left Jersey already?
Yeah, I was staying at Nadia's for like 3 days.
I thought y'all was chilling. Oh, I thought y'all was gonna stay over there for the weekend. She got a nice pool. I like her.
Yeah.
She got a lot of land.
Yeah, that was a crazy good deal she got on that house. That
Man,
house
that
was,
joint is huge.
the backyard is crazy. She
That
got a
backyard
basketball court
crazy.
next to the pool too.
Yeah, old showed me.
Yeah.
Hey, you already know how my week went. Nigga tried to sell me back my battery that I gave to them as a core.
Oh man.
They paid me. They charged me $300 for a battery for my car. He tested it. It was a bad battery. I said, "Give me a battery." Spent $300. Took it home. The next day it say low battery. I take it back to the manager, white woman. She was like, "Let me check this." She's like, "This is a bad battery. Let me look at." She looked at the serial numbers to the battery that I brought as a core. He then gave it back to me and sold it to me for $300. I went off. I had that 357 moment. I was ready to shoot that nigga. I don't play that. You gonna play him?
It ain't worth it, Kurt. For I know for
Hey,
no 300.
Yeah. See,
what
that's why everybody don't need guns.
the whole thing about it, he was trying to sell me a battery, alternator, and a starter. It would have ran me about $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I didn't work on cars. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check the back. Start with the battery.
Right. It's never all three at the same time.
Once I checked the battery, I tested the alternator. The alternator good. It started right up. The starter is not dragging or nothing. What he was trying to do was pocket that money.
Oh, he did. For sure.
She gave me a new battery. I think she fired him because I was ready to get him. Because he was acting like all huff puff with me, like I'm wrong for saying that I got a bad battery.
Terrible.
Man.
Terrible.
Yeah, just another work week for me, man.
No, I'm starting to believe like BJ, our people ain't shit.
Uh-oh. You got the day off, Davon? How you do that? You get every Friday off?
Yeah, my off days are Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Unless as long as they drop a shift. They drop a shift, I pick it up.
Okay.
But other than that, Prime Week coming up soon, so I'm be working a whole lot more.
All right, Nora. I know you got something for us. What's up? What's something that made you say wow this week?
It's been a lot of, what's the topic? I don't know. I guess we can start with, there's been a lot of shit about Trump in the news this week.
That's every day.
Yeah, but a lot more, oh my God, wait, I don't know why my screen just went
Well,
black.
put the number up there when you get a chance.
Can y'all still hear me? Oh, here. My screen just went black. But yeah, you heard about all the firings that happened this week, PJ. You heard about how Trump fired the IRS guy and the labor statistics guy.
He did what?
The guys that Trump fired in government, the IRS, the head of the IRS, and that he appointed like 2 months ago, and the other guy for the labor statistics.
No,
No, that's a girl, I think. The labor statistics was a woman.
What happened?
He fired them because the statistics came out and said that the last 8 months of Trump's presidency caused I think 4% in job losses. I can't remember the percentage.
So he don't like the performance of the two people he hired?
No, he don't like the statistical outcome of the survey that the labor statistics person did with their team, which is not and didn't say there was any mistake in the statistics that came out. He just fired him 2 days after that report came out.
What was the report about?
The report, let me pull it out. It was just about his the effect of I think it was about the effect of tariffs on.
It was about the job reports, the number of jobs that was created.
Oh, matter of fact, Will, you can put it in the chat. Will it take the chat away if you leave it like that? Oh, okay. All right. So I'm trying. So the 2 people he fired worked for the IRS. No, you froze? No, froze up.
No, they don't work for the IRS. The one labor statistics person is the one that look at the job numbers that are created for a certain quarter.
Man, what up, man? He said employment numbers.
Man, what's good?
Ask Mimi in the chat. Happy Friday, my people. A-Town, what's up with you?
Okay, Donald Trump fires IRS chief after less than 2 months on the job. U.S. taxation body has lost a quarter of its staff since the president began his second term. Let me see. I want to see why he. Okay, U.S. President Donald Trump has sacked Billy Long, the commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service, after less than 2 months in the job, a White House official said. Okay, so and then 4 acting commissioners. This is the 4th one. Damn. Okay.
If it was 2 months ago, didn't he hire him himself?
I don't get it. Where's she at?
She back.
She wanted to beef about Trump. What's your point, Nadia?
I was talking myself. I don't know what's going on my laptop, but anyway. So forget the IRS guy for a second. The IRS guy, I read it on the news like 6 hours ago. I don't know what he did yet, but I know that he got him 2 months ago. So I don't know what his problem is. But anyway,
if he fired him because he don't like the statistics or the performance of what's going on, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
No, that's okay. Forget the IRS guy. I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Okay.
Because I don't know that much. I didn't read anything other than like what.
It don't really even say much. I was just trying to read it.
The other guy, the other woman, the BLS commissioner. So basically, the report said that it came out in July. It said that only 73,000 new jobs were created since Trump's presidency, which was well below the expectations. They do like predictions at the beginning of the year when he first became president. And then the figures were for both May and June were revised downwards by 300,000 jobs. So basically they were inflated, the figures at the beginning. They were saying that Trump created 300,000 more jobs than he actually did. So the labor statistics, they found that the statistics were inflated. So they adjusted.
I see that.
And then he got
I did see that a lot of the new jobs he did create, people didn't want, like black people didn't want, like the farmer jobs that was out in Louisiana and stuff. They wasn't trying to take it because minimum wage out there is $7.25, and they was trying to hire people for $11.50 or something like that. Black people wasn't on that at all. But the people that was working before was the immigrant people. But ain't no more immigrant people there. So now we don't have no people working the farms and nothing like that. So
yeah, they also came out with another statistics on the people that Trump has got. They said that I think 60% of the immigrants that Trump got out of America didn't have criminal records, 60 or 70%. So he's just letting the normal little workers, no criminal records, taking them out, and now nobody want to work for $11.
Okay, so he fired Erica, the BLS commissioner.
Yeah.
Okay, nominated by former President Joe Biden, and I mean, in that league right there, man, you got to get rid of people that ain't really for you, that sabotage you. You got to. I don't know who she is or how she is, but I mean, you don't. Especially him, he can't really trust nobody, especially nobody that Biden appointed.
He don't gotta trust that person. This is not a political position at all. It's a reporting statistics position. You can't just, the numbers don't lie to you. You don't gotta, you have to trust the numbers. If somebody come up with numbers that you don't like,
You
you
can
don't fire
manipulate
the
anything. If you have
person.
the power to manipulate something, you can put out fake news, fake paperwork, all that. You can manipulate some shit.
Yeah, but you can't just make accusations out of paranoia and not even feel the need to back them up and just say, "Oh, I feel like something might have been going on because I created more jobs than that." Like how he hasn't pointed a single piece of evidence that there's anything flawed with the way that number was reached. You can't just make shit up and then say, "Oh, I'm like this is supposed to be a very apolitical job." BLS is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It got nothing to do with no Republican Democrat shit. Like it's just a public reporting office.
I
Um,
think I think he might have jumped the gun, I guess, because he's only been in there 8 months. What is this?
yeah,
7
he
months.
just said
He's
they were.
been in
He
there
just said
7
it was,
months. So one thing about it, it's a lot of pressure on that man. Everybody's complaining. Everybody taking shots at him. He's trying to fight every battle. He can't fight every battle.
exactly, but nobody
He
putting
got
that
a
on
lot
him.
of battles to fight. He needs to start picking and choosing his battles wisely. I don't really care who he fired, to tell you the truth. I just want this shit to pick up. For real, for real. That's my thought on it, about it. What
Yeah,
y'all
but at
think?
the end of last episode, you were talking about his performance being good and how, like, since his presidency, that there's been any positive economically or in any
Yeah,
way.
because what I would have voted for him for, he came through.
What,
What
kicking
I
out
cared about
immigrants,
most
taking
in
up the
my
loan?
vote, he you know, he stood on. He stood on business in my opinion. Everybody vote for people, different people what they vote for. I don't care about the what was that? The tax commission, BLS and all that. I don't know. I don't care about that. Jobs and opportunities, jobs been messed up in America. This ain't nothing new. When you talk about employment and um the economy and all that, the economy already was messed up. I already went through it. See, I don't need nobody to tell me statistics and what's going on and this, that, and the third. I went through it. When Trump was in office from 2016 to 2020, I was able to thrive and make money. And the fuel was low and the rates were up high. And I have people to back me on that. It's plenty of. Why you think all these black people voted for Trump? Because they did good 2020. That COVID year, black people were doing good. Everybody, street niggas, legit niggas, everybody were thriving. If you didn't make no money when Trump was in office, then you just wasn't doing nothing. You decided not to do anything, or you was just a 9 to 5 person that just stayed a 9 to 5 person. But when Biden came, I watched fuel go from $2 a gallon, diesel, to $5 a gallon, easily. The rates went down. Everything was getting messed up. Y'all like to play with the because the economy before Obama's economy is the reason why Trump thrived and all this shit. I don't believe none of that shit. I don't go for none of that. The person in office is the person I'm blaming for everything. Obama was in office for 8 years and black people gained nothing, did nothing, achieved nothing, nothing happened for nobody. But he did a lot for the gays, he did a lot for white women, and he did a lot for Mexicans. While everybody keeps saying what he couldn't do, he did everything. He did everything in his power he could do for gays, Mexicans, and white women. So I don't. Me personally, I'm cool with what's going on. I don't with Trump. It's a lot of things I don't like with Trump. I don't like that Israel just pulling this nigga strings like a puppet. I think he's a sucker to Israel. I think he need to calm down on the ICE shit as far as getting people that's working and all that. I ain't really feeling that. You go after the niggas that's break the criminals. Get all the criminals out first. That'll get the people that's working a chance to do something. They working, they being productive. I understand that's gonna be casualties of war. There's gonna be casualties with this shit. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that though. But as far as the economy and jobs and all that shit, man, ain't nobody trying to work, man. Niggas is complaining. People are complaining that he said you got to work 20 hours to keep your food stamps and your welfare. And people complaining about that. People ain't trying to work. That's just my opinion on it.
I thought, like, if you had a disability, though, to be honest, that was the point of getting it and receiving it, is because you were disabled enough not to work the system. That's why.
First of all, Nadia, welcome. You could come in hot, don't you?
Yeah, she came in shooting.
I'm sorry.
What?
I thought I was
Right
hearing
for
things.
BJ.
And see, it takes Will to catch that. You know what I'm saying? He say hi. You know.
I'm sorry. I should have said hello before I just went in like that. But yeah. That's what I thought. My bad.
What up, though? Yeah, go ahead. Your mic got low. What you said? You said something about disabilities?
Yeah, I just like believe that the whole point of having that government assistance is the fact that there are some people who have extreme cases where they cannot work. So I thought the whole purpose of being on it, because it's not easy to attain, at least in my case scenario, it wasn't easy to attain. It took at least 3 attempts to get. I feel like if you are someone that's on disability, I'm not saying you can't work, but the idea is that you really shouldn't be working.
All right, you gotta make your mind up. If you could work, you should go to work. If you can't work, you can't work. If you can't work and you decide that you don't want to, you're not gonna go to work. That's if you can't work. That's someone who can't work because of a disability is different than someone who has a disability and chooses not to work. That's 2 different people. Okay. If you have a disability and you just gonna say, yo, I can't work because of this disability, that's something totally different than someone who has no fucking legs that's in a wheelchair. That's something totally different.
I ain't gonna hold you. I work at Amazon and see 2 people every night go to work with no legs. They be in a wheelchair. I see another blind dude go to work every night. He blind.
Yo, Aunt Marion. Shout out to Aunt Marion. Shout out to Aunt Marion. Is Shakura in here? Shout out to Aunt Marion. Aunt Marion is a blind 85-year-old woman, 86-year-old woman who still works to this day. You can't even help her with nothing. She gonna tell you she got it. The lady dresses herself, lives by herself, feeds herself, dresses herself, cooks her own food. She makes graduation scarves for every year for high school graduates in New York, Brooklyn, New York. This woman is blind, completely blind, can't see nothing. So as long as I know a Aunt Miriam and that little girl that's blind, I follow her on IG.
Okay.
That kid who played basketball with one arm.
And she be with her mother and riding her bike and all that. As long as there's people like that in the world, bro, unless you can't move at all, it ain't no excuse in my book, man.
Well, I mean, I look at this a little differently, and it does touch a little differently to me because I do have a disability. My whole thing is, yeah, I can work, but the significance of what people are not understanding is my longevity in work. When you're talking about having a solid job and you're gonna work, you have the expectation that you need to be in that office, or you need to be wherever you need to be a certain amount of time throughout the week, and you can't be making up excuses and shit like that, or you go in and out of having a job. That was the point of having disability. But also too, there's so many people, like, I'll give you an example right now. My dad's best friend, Lou, hardworking man. He works at a car dealership. He has cancer and is ripping his ass to make sure that he can pay his bills, and he's on dialysis, and he's getting what is it called? I forget the treatment that you need for cancer, so that chemo. He's doing all of that. While yes, he can do it, absolutely, and he's making it by the grace of God, I don't think that he should be doing that. I don't want to live in a society where we're making Americans have to work so hard that they cannot, in their worst case scenario, be able to just live. At the very least, if you're sick like that, I do believe that you should be able to just enjoy your life. If you're getting disability, it's not a lot,
I gotta go grab,
but it's enough for you to sustain your life and not have to worry about ripping and wanting through something that is tiring and exhausting and depleting on your body. That's just how I feel. And I don't look at it as you're lazy. I look at it as, if that's what you need, that's what you need.
Yeah.
Hey, what you said his name was? Lou?
Lou.
Man, shout out to Mr. Lou. Shout out to Mr. Lou, man.
I feel so bad, man. Like
keep going, Mr. Lou.
he's about it's
But for
funny,
what?
but like it's not funny because he's really like he's got a
I ain't
tumor.
laugh.
Nah, I mean my whole thing is like keep going. Is like man, that man should be able to just sit.
Hey
He should be
man,
able to
everybody
sit.
don't have that. You
The
think in
luxury.
one way. In
Right.
reality, he has to work.
BJ, America can afford for that
They
not to be
can't.
the reality.
I don't
You
even
act
want to
like
get
you
into
come
the
from a third world
conversation of
country
what
and you
America
don't.
can and can't afford.
It can. It's a fact. It can.
I
It's
mean,
not debatable.
listen,
The number
America
one
is America.
superpower in the world can't afford things that literally Jordan offers me and my parents and my grandparents. Like these are basic things. Somebody got cancer, they go
Yo,
through chemo, they go back
that's
home.
what's up. So tell me this: if you had cancer in Jordan, you don't have to work no more.
Because you don't like what nobody. I don't know a single person that has cancer that had to work. It's like the one everything
I
is
don't
not
know.
expensive
So what
enough.
happens in Jordan when you have cancer?
First of all, you don't have to pay everything you ever made in your life to get chemotherapy. The healthcare in Jordan is a lot better. Almost everybody is somehow becomes entirely covered. Everybody gets a pension. Everybody gets Social Security. There's basic things guaranteed for you. If you're older than the age of retirement age is 55, 60, and everybody gets like the minimum retirement is like the equivalent of $400. But shawarma sandwich is like $1, so you can sustain yourself off of like you don't need that much to live. If you get $400 a month, it doesn't cost that much to survive. America has a high cost of living, and then people at ages 60, 70 are expected to fend themselves, and we're supposed to still idolize the struggle and the hustle for a 7-year-old man that's dying of cancer. Like, why would we idolize?
I mean, all right. So look,
he's not supposed to be serving. He's supposed to be enjoying his life and trying to deal with what.
all right. So if Mr. Lou's situation in Jordan, he wouldn't have to work.
No, one, he definitely have like grandchildren and children if he ever needed extra money.
We're gonna go with the facts.
Yeah,
he's working because he has to pay his bills. That's what
he's
Nadia
getting a
said.
minimum
He
amount
has
from the
bills that
government
he
to
have to
sustain
pay.
himself.
In Jordan, they will pay his bills. Is what you telling us?
He is getting an older person above retirement age, which is 65 for men and 60 for women. They will be able to get a minimum amount of money to sustain themselves. That's not a lot of money. It's money to eat, money to have a house over your head. The rate of homelessness in Jordan is 0%. There's not one person that don't got a roof over their head, and that's a third world country.
Okay, but for some reason, everyone is still breaking their neck to come to America.
Not everybody is breaking their neck.
As bad as America is,
all of my friends
as
back
fucked
home.
up
I
as
want to
America
be a
is,
lawyer. I can't do that in Jordan.
okay, hold on. As messed up as America is, we can't get people up out of here. We trying to get y'all out of here to go back where it's so great. It's so great over here. Y'all don't have to work with cancer and all this shit. We trying to get all of y'all to go back home so we can focus on the Americans.
No, you're not, because you're also bombing these countries. Like, what are you talking about? You're trying to get whatever.
That don't got nothing to do with nothing. Listen to what I said. One don't have nothing to do with the other. I said we're trying to get all of y'all out of here so we can focus on the Americans. You talking about bombing other countries?
Yes, because almost every country that you're trying to export these people to, the illegal immigrants, almost every country, America has put their big fat toes in and fucked shit up there within the past 40 years. That's a fact. Everywhere from South America to Latin America to the Middle East, every place has been in one way or another. America meddled and things got worse. So you act like all of these crises come out of nowhere. Like everybody just came to America.
I don't act like nothing. I don't act like anything. We talking about America and the people in America that has to work with cancer. So what I'm saying is we need to get all these people out of here, all these millions of people that's here illegally and legally that don't like America. Go back to where you're from. Go back over there so we can focus on the Americans who's old, who's elderly, and have cancer and have to work. So he don't have to work. Because one thing about it, they spent billions of dollars bringing all these people over here that hate America. That's a fact.
But how are you making that there's absolutely no causation between the illegal immigrants and the reason why people with cancer have to work? If you took every immigrant, if only America had Americans in it, America would still have this extremely capitalist mentality. They will not vote people like Bernie Sanders in. They will vote people like Trump in, people that have this mentality that the weak are going to die, the rich are going to get richer, the powerful are going to survive. Like that meant there's no socialist mentality. There's no welfare mentality. So you can kick every immigrant out and you're still going to be left with an America that does not, that only values capitalism.
You do know there's Americans.
President,
you do know that there is Americans that don't want to rely on the government. Black Americans at that. There's a lot of there's a large majority of Black Americans that don't want welfare, that don't want to rely on the government.
Majority isn't even black people who is on welfare.
Let's get
welfare,
that out in the open, because
I'm
for
not
some
talking-
reason we have this notion of welfare equals black people.
That's
It's
not
a
what I was
majority of black
talking
people
about.
that don't give a fuck about welfare, don't want to be on welfare, don't give a fuck about Medicaid, Medicare, none of that shit. So they can keep that shit. We want to be left alone and provide for our children however we gonna provide for our children, bro.
When I say welfare, I mean welfare programs. I mean in every welfare program, and particularly healthcare. BJ, I got 15 stitches 2 weeks ago, 23 stitches, and 15 of them cost $4,000. Stitches.
You should have went to Jordan. You should
I
have went
should've.
back home,
If I wasn't
got
beaten
stitched
out, I
up,
would've went
and
to
then
Jordan.
came back.
So you're telling me that black people want to pay $3,000 for 15 stitches that I could have literally got?
It would have been cheaper if you would have got a plane ticket, went home,
100%.
got stitched up, and came back.
Yes, but I was bleeding out, BJ, so I had to go to a Bronx hospital. But if I had that option, I 100% would take it. What am I
Hey,
gonna do with $3,000?
I don't know what black people doing, no, but I know niggas get shot every day.
So how are you saying you don't want welfare? Like, what do you want about this?
You gotta ask the niggas that get shot every day, go to the hospital, get stitched up, and come back home and ain't complaining about a $4,000 bill. I don't know. Thank God I never been shot. So I don't know what they doing. Whenever I went to the hospital, whatever I went to the hospital for, I think I still owe them money. I don't know. I never paid them.
Never.
So I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead, Nadia.
I think like I wanted to get to the root of what you were saying, which is what I don't necessarily align with. Just because we live in America and it's a great country for the reason that people like it, that it has freedoms, does not mean that I'm not allowed to critique the issues that I see within our system. Our system has a very bad problem with protecting the ones that need help, and specifically when it comes to healthcare. Just because we're a good country and that we have freedom of speech and that we're able to say what we want, doesn't mean that we're also excelling in areas that we should be. There's a lot of countries that offer better healthcare than we do, and they have less money than we do. So it's not about the money. It's more so about how we're allocating the money, which the rich do not care, or the politicians that we have in office seem to not care enough about making sure that Americans have the access to getting the healthcare that they need. That's a problem. Regardless of how great our country may seem to you, it is not great when it comes to that at all.
All right, so let's stick on health. Let's stay on healthcare.
It's not.
When Biden was in office, let's go back because y'all want to put everything on Trump. When the Biden administration was in office, all the illegal immigrants that came over here got food stamps, Medicaid, and a debit card and put in a hotel. Why is that? And why does Mr. Lou have to go to work with cancer and to pay his bills when illegal immigrants was let over here by the Biden administration, millions of them, given debit cards, food stamps, and Medicaid and Medicare and shit? Why is that? Since we so concerned about the Americans that got cancer and got disabilities and they still got to work. Where was y'all at last year and since 2023? Where was y'all at?
I wasn't upset because, for one, Biden was doing his best he could to make sure that medication for Americans was a lot more affordable than what they are now under Trump's administration. But number two, outside of that, that's if you want to have a conversation about immigration, also talk about how they stimulate the economy and they generate actually more money. They are paying taxes even though they're illegal, irregardless. There's a lot of and I'll try to look up and research something so I can send it into the chat. But immigrants, and especially illegal immigrants, are putting in money into our economy, even if you think that they're not good. So at the end of the day, if we're talking about how Americans are being robbed of what they need and resources, I also talk about how immigrants are sustaining some of the problems that we're having financially. And honestly, I don't think mass deportation is the answer, because it's actually more expensive to do mass deportation than it is to help legalize some of these people so that they can start generating more money into our economy.
That's not a fact. But let me ask you this.
lot of research that I could probably find to
Yeah.
agree with that standpoint.
I
New York
have a
alone
simple
has been through billions of dollars just housing the immigrants that he had for a year and some change. But you obviously are misinformed about, you talking about illegal immigrants. I'm talking about the millions of immigrants that was led over here since 2023. Okay?
Okay.
How did they contribute to the economy?
They pay taxes.
How they paying taxes when they don't work?
They obviously are working under.
No, you don't, once again, you're misinformed. They were put up in hotels, homeless, sleeping in parks, sleeping in schools. They were not working. They were given debit cards and EBT cards, Medicaid and Medicare. None of them was working. They was put up in hotels. They was sleeping around everywhere. New York was flooded. Chicago was flooded. California was flooded. Georgia wasn't hit that bad. That's probably why you don't really know about it. Florida was hit bad too. They was not working.
Well,
I'm not talking about the illegal immigrants that been here 10 years, 15 years. I'm talking about the millions that was led over here since 2023.
Okay. At the end of the day, even if they're not stimulating, my point is not, you're picking a specific detail. Sure. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for whatever you're saying, because I have not done any research. So I'm not going to sit there and deny what you're saying. But when you look at it factually, if you're looking at a whole of immigration, illegal and legal, they do stimulate our economy and the growth of our economy more than people like to give credit for. 100% as a whole.
Okay, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on that, because I wasn't even talking about like the whole logistics of illegal immigrants, the ones that was here for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I'm talking about the millions that was led over here in the past 2 years that was given debit cards, welfare, Medicaid, Medicare, that was kicking cops in their ass and being let go, that was doing all the shit they was doing, that was put up in hotels. They were given hotel rooms all across New York. I'm talking about those. Mayor Eric Adams spoke about it. He spoke about all the money they spent in the last 2 years housing illegal immigrants. Matter of fact, go ahead. No, go ahead. Y'all go ahead. I got
all right, BJ, no, you got to listen to this because you misinformed on a few things too. So you're misinformed on, first of all, every single thing you just talked about, every single thing except the hotel stays was not a federal thing. It was city run. Every city had its own thing. The New York City, I don't know about Chicago. I know what New York City was doing. It was a city-led initiative that was a pilot program that gave between $10 to $12 per day for 28 days. And it wasn't EBT cards. It was a new type of debit card. It was a pilot program that they were testing for 28 days. So let's do the math, 10 to 12 days per person, and it was tested on how many person. It was voluntary. It was not for everybody. People had to sign up for this pilot program. It was literally probably less than $100,000 total that was spent on this pilot. So that you can't blame that on Biden. You can't make that seem like it was a whole America thing. That was a New York City thing, and it didn't go anywhere. We haven't heard anything since the pilot. The second thing is the other thing that you were talking about, the federal thing that Biden started. It wasn't, you keep acting like they was putting them in these luxury hotels and all of that, but that's not what that whole federal thing was about. I was looking up the exact statute that he passed. It's called I think it was called the FEMA shelter. Hold on.
I'm not arguing the fact whether it was the city. I'm not arguing the fact whether it was the city, state, federal government, or that. They were taking orders from the Biden administration. Because one thing about it, it wasn't happening until Biden opened the borders and let all these millions of illegal immigrants come over here. So I'm not even going to play the game of the city and the state and wasn't this. It was them following orders from the Biden administration. Eric Adams said it himself. And that's why they're mad at him now, because he's telling the truth and he's over there telling Trump the truth. That's why they want to lock him up. When he said the illegal immigrants destroyed New York City's economy, they put that case on him.
It was started by New York City's Department of Social Services under Mayor Eric Adams, not by the Biden administration. If Eric Adams want to blame it on Biden, I'm going to have to see some sort of proof, because there's absolutely nothing linking it to federal funding.
What year did it start? What year was that started?
Eric Adams lying about the time in his Get Ready With Me videos.
What year did that start, Noah?
2023. So what? Eric Adams started it.
So
Eric
why
Adams
wasn't it started before 2023? See, I got common sense.
Well,
I don't care about all that
Beeson,
shit.
was that
Why
logic?
wasn't it started before
Okay,
2023?
with that but logic, I could say that Trump started COVID because COVID started during the Trump presidency. So why did COVID not happen
We're
before
not talking
Trump?
about COVID.
Trump started
We're not
it.
talking. See, y'all
I'm
too
telling you
stuck
the
on
logic
Trump.
is flawed.
Let's focus on this.
Just because something happened during somebody's presidency doesn't mean you can attribute it to him without finding a chain of causation. Anything that happened during the Trump presidency can't necessarily be attributed to Trump unless Trump had something to do with it.
Okay,
like,
so I'm gonna do the research to find to put the links together for you.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I was out here, and I knew what was going on in New York. I was paying attention to it. I have family in New York. We all knew what was going on in New York.
But
Biden was doing it. Biden was responsible for it.
That's why it was happening.
That's why it was happening in the Democratic cities. That's why it wasn't going on in the Republic cities. The Republican ran states wasn't going for that shit. Biden only had control over the Democratic states. That's why New York was getting hit. Baltimore, Chicago, California got swarmed with all these illegal immigrants that started in 2023, late 2022, 23, when Biden opened them borders and let millions of immigrants come over here. And it just so happened Eric Adams said, oh, okay, I'm going to open up. It's the same thing that Trump is doing now. Trump is saying, if y'all don't follow my rules or if y'all don't abide by what I'm saying, I'm going to cut government funding. Biden did the same shit.
But it's fine.
That's why they became sanctuary cities, sanctuary states. Biden forced them to be sanctuary states, sanctuary cities.
You don't seem to have a problem.
Let me say something, because I need to marry this whole situation. I remember back during that time, a lot of the Republicans were putting immigrants on buses and taking them to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they was forcing them to have to take care of them people because, you know, they didn't want to follow the policy of allowing immigrants in. Now, I'm not saying whether the immigration policy is right or wrong. I'm not saying that. I think we got the whole situation mixed up about the assistance mixed up with disability people and people that are able to work. I believe that people that are able to work should leave the food stamp program for the people that need it. They can't work. I know generations of motherfuckers is getting welfare, food stamps, you know, $700-800 worth of food stamps. And we talking about black and white. The majority of people getting welfare are white people, though. It was never designed for black people. It was created during World War II for the families, the women of them soldiers that went to war. It just so happened it just disproportionately affected black people who were disadvantaged and didn't have any money. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. To your point, Kurt, that's exactly what I learned in my sociology class. It's less black people on welfare than anything, but of course Republicans and the right like to adjust it to make it seem that people of color are more likely to be on these social programs. It was never designed for that, and they're also not the majority of those people that are actually on those social programs anyway. But that's just the way that it looks, and that's like the way that they portray it to be.
They see welfare as an entitlement. They see medical, good medical care as an entitlement. But if you look at the politics, every politician that's voted in office got free health care for them and their families. They're getting what they saying that the average American shouldn't get. We got to pay these high rates where they don't pay any. So it's an imbalance. And that's what's causing a lot of the ruckus.
We gotta do better as a system, man, because both things are happening. There are people that really do need assistance, and they're making it hard for people to get that assistance. I see it firsthand that people, it make it hard to get caps for their kids because they really don't have a job, so they gotta get help for their child care. But they like, yo, you need to go through this loop and that loop and this loop. I see it firsthand. I see how hard caps is. I see how hard they make food stamps get. It's not, and it's for someone who needs it. And I
Right.
also do see, hold on, let me finish it. But I also do see people who be like, hey, I got these food stamps or whatever for whatever, and they don't need it. They just outside with it and they can get it or whatever. So the system needs to do better of differentiating the two from the people who need it and the people who don't. The problem isn't the people who need it and people don't, it's the system. It's whoever's in charge. And when Biden's in charge, shit was fucked up. Trump's in charge, things is a little better. It's just what it is. It is what it is. It's not.
Better
It's just
for
a fact.
Better for who?
Because it's not better for me. I could tell you that right now.
Even though you're saying, oh, it's $12 to $13 a day on the debit card, multiply that by 30 days a month. There's a lot of Americans that can use that $12 to $13 a day and free Medicaid and free Medicare and free room and board. It's a whole lot of Americans that can use that.
Okay, BJ.
Before you let tens of millions of illegal migrants come over here in America, why don't you help the Americans first?
BJ, but this mentality.
And then when you multiply the $12 a day by the 30 days, also multiply it by the millions of migrants that's over here illegally.
It wasn't for a million. It was a voluntary
But go
program.
ahead.
It was for a voluntary program that people had to apply to. It wasn't given indiscriminately. But BJ, this mentality that you have, that if illegal immigrants are getting this thing, if we take illegal immigrants away, this thing is automatically going to be diverted to Americans. This mentality is so baseless that I feel all I gotta say to explain to you how wrong this mentality is the list of countries in the world that are able to offer universal healthcare, no matter who you are, documented, undocumented, to every person on their land. Here is the list of countries that's able to do that: the United Kingdom, France, Spain, Italy, Portugal, Canada, Australia, Sweden, Norway, Germany, and Brazil. These countries, all of which are not superpowers, are able to offer essential healthcare and emergency services to every single person on their land. If America wanted to help Americans, America could help Americans. Illegal immigrants aren't in your way. America is in your way. America has the resources, just like the 15 European countries that I list. America has the resources to provide essential healthcare and emergency services for free.
But you're missing mad valuables in that.
They're not doing it.
You're missing mad valuables in that, Nord. You're missing mad valuables.
What are the variables? What are the variables? What is America missing that prevents America? It's just the illegal immigrants. That's the only reason why America can't offer.
Nah, that's not just the only.
Let me address that before I miss my point, because she basically was trying to call me stupid, right? For saying what I said, right?
No, I got the point.
I don't need a book or a degree for common sense. Common sense, I could use my common sense and say all the money we done spent on these millions of illegal immigrants and shit, the money that we're spending, the $12 a day, that shit adds up. The Medicare and Medicaid, because y'all complaining about health insurance. Why are we giving it to all these people and not the Americans? Let's get all these people out of here. And the more you speak, the more I know what I'm saying is correct. Get all these motherfuckers that's not from here out of here and focus. Then we can focus on Americans. Then if they don't do nothing for Americans, then we could pinpoint. Y'all don't have no more excuses. Y'all don't have no more excuses. If these Americans are still homeless and they don't have health insurance and all that, now we got to just point the finger at y'all, because we got all these others out of here that y'all doing all this other shit for. We got them out of here. Now let's focus on the Americans. That's just common sense.
Yeah,
as
common
sense
sense
as it may sound to you, it's common sense to me.
That's not what sounds stupid. I'm saying, how is that money? Trump has already cut off so much money from these people, but how has he redirected it to Americans?
Let's forget about Trump.
All he does is
Let's forget about Trump. Trump been in office 7 months.
All right.
Biden administration was in office for 4 years when all that shit happened. They was in office for 4 years when all this shit happened, when all this money was spent on these illegal immigrants. Y'all just skipping over that and going straight to Trump. That's the problem I have with y'all.
I don't care about
y'all. Don't even want to admit the fact that Biden did some bullshit to get votes. He only did that. He let all them immigrants in here just to get votes. He didn't care about Americans. He didn't care about America. He didn't care about none of that. He let all these illegal migrants in here to get votes.
Who's gonna vote for that?
People that was unvetted, undocumented. People are literally walking through the swamp, walking into Texas and walking into California, bro. And y'all don't have a problem with that? Y'all want to sit up here and try to lecture me about Trump and what's stupid and what's not and what makes sense and what I don't want to hear no more statistics. Cause y'all so programmed about books and statistics and classes.
You just want to hear about
I don't want to
BJ
hear no
life
more of
stories.
y'all statistics because y'all don't have no common sense.
BJ, you're like, how is that? Where's the? I still don't understand where you're criticizing my common sense. I asked you one question and you're not able to answer me. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm not talking about Biden. I'm not talking about no politics. I'm talking about the question of when this money is being removed. And there's already been, throughout the Trump administration, there's already been at least 30. BJ, that's just the current president.
This nigga been in office 7 months.
And he's already taken like more than 100 million from these immigrants and from these colleges. He's already got so much money to give back to American people, to give black people healthcare, to give every American. What has he done for Americans? The thing that
what has Biden done for Americans?
Hold on. Let me finish my point. Oh
my God.
Javon was saying that all he knows is that when Trump is president, things are a little better. The reason that he overreacted so much to that labor report from July is when I looked it up when we were talking about that. That shit is a disaster. It was saying that this is the first sign of a recession since 2008. There hasn't been, you talk about, oh, but Biden was this 2 years ago. I did this. It doesn't matter. That's not statistics. The report showed economists who know how the economy works that this is the first mark of a recession. The amount of job creation for the first time in 20 years has become slower than the pace of population growth. So there's more people growing and there's less jobs being created for the first time in 20 years. That's why Trump freaked the hell out and fired that woman in 3 days after that report came out. Because she literally said Trump's decisions over the past 6 months, his bullshit with the tariffs, 100% tariffs on a new country every 2 days, it's literally caused a recession. And this is the first clear example where every economist has agreed that this report shows we're in a recession. And you want to tell me 2 years ago, my business was better, so Trump is better. Like,
I don't care about economists, man. I don't care about none of that. These are the same people that said tariffs was going to destroy the country. We're supposed to be in a depression right now because of the tariffs.
We
by
are.
Your economists,
we are.
by all these educated people with all these degrees that tell the people that don't know any better, oh, this is what's going to happen. If he do this is what's going to happen. Like, I don't want to hear none of that shit, man. None
I just
of it.
told you it's
I don't want to
happening.
hear none of that. Common sense is them niggas is treating you just sat here and said that's another reason why America needs to get everybody out of America. You just sat here and named all these countries that's doing better than America. All them countries you named gets funding from America, gets protected by America. All of them. All of them is at America's doorstep begging for money. Every last one of them.
Oh my
Even
God.
Jordan.
How
much money Jordan gets yearly from America?
BJ, we're back to this argument that America is
how much
Canada.
money? You saying Jordan got all this free health care and all this? How much money does Jordan get from America yearly?
You know how much land America occupies in Jordan to put their huge fucking military bases there?
We got to get something
back for that money. Do you know what America does not?
We got to get something.
America has not done one thing for free.
Every country you name, everybody that's doing good, that don't got the homosexual problem and trannies, depression, homelessness, free health care, all of them is getting money and aid and protection from America, the big bad America. All of them.
BJ.
All of them.
America run the gold. We always gonna have bread.
And that's just common sense. I ain't go to no economist
that's the biggest
or school didn't tell me that.
About America.
I'm just looking at it.
BJ, yes,
we got the gold.
Have brainwashed you into thinking America is just Santa Claus and the savior of every country in the world.
I just asked
outside,
don't
giving everybody everything to solve their problems.
I just asked you a question though. Forget what I think and forget what I feel like.
What did America get out of these?
Because I don't even believe in Santa Claus, so I don't even know why you used him. BJ, how much money does Jordan get from America yearly?
I don't know that. The biggest benefit we get from America is that the JD is pegged to the dollar, so we have a strong currency. I don't know how much aid we get per year. It changes based on how much we do what America tells us to do. Like, what are you talking about?
Go ahead, Davon. I know you was waiting. Go ahead, Davon.
How much?
I can't, man. What country would y'all rather live in, man? Y'all talk so bad about America.
They need to go with Sade. They need to go to Bangkok.
Go to Bangkok. It's $7.
They need to go to
It's
Bangkok.
$7. You want to say you going to Brazil? You know what they do to women out there? Go ahead and go. Go ahead and go. Like, come on, yeah.
I still
Y'all
haven't
talk so
married
bad
this
about this country.
situation. You know, the whole conversation started around the policy that Trump is running, that people that are able to work should not be entitled to assistance.
One more
Or
time, Kurt, what you say?
people that are able to, able body is people that can get up and work. We ain't talking about the people with cancer. We ain't talking about the people. I wouldn't want to work until the day before I die. You know what I'm saying? I would never want to work myself until the day I die, or have to work until the day I die. You
That's
know what I'm
every
saying?
American right now, though, Kurt. Which American you know not working to the day they die right now?
I retired early. I ain't
All the people I know retire, get another job so they can work some more. Miss me
It's
on
a
that
lot of people
retirement
that's
bullshit.
my mother's retired.
right.
Okay,
It's people that retire and do Officer Barber. He was on his 4th job. This nigga done retired from 3 jobs. He was like 77. He was a CEO, but he like
But
getting money.
But that's why I'm agreeing with you. You know, people that are able to work should, you know, go ahead and work.
Everything is a disability. Just because you have a disability, I don't feel like, oh, I have a disability, so I can't work. So I need welfare because I have a disability. Anything could be a disability. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Anything could be a disability.
I'm thinking you talking about the people that sit there in the projects, get these $800-900 food
I don't know
stamps.
who they talking about, Kurt. You got to ask Nadia and Noah. I don't know who they talking about.
No, I'm saying
Nadia gave the example like herself. She's talking about sickle cell, right?
Right.
The nigga Prodigy and had sickle cell all his life. This nigga was on tour, smoking, drinking, and on tour forever. This nigga was a rapper. Went to jail, went to prison, came home. This nigga did a lot with sickle cell.
Right. I mean,
Chris Cross and them niggas was jumping, jump. Them niggas had sickle cell.
I understand about that whole situation. I'm agreeing with you on that. So it's not an argument about it. I think that people that work, yeah, I feel that people that are able to work should work.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Me and you saying the same thing, Kurt. But if you have a disability, if the people are if anything you have wrong with you, it can be considered a disability. If I was in special ed as a child growing up, I have a disability. I get a check. I shouldn't have to work. I think Nadia backstage will.
You know what's more wrong with the system? You know what's more wrong with the system than the
ADHD
disability?
is a disability.
That too. I'm a crack baby, so that should be a disability. But
Davon
anyway.
is a crack baby. He's disabled.
I'm
Definitely.
disabled. Definitely.
He's working at Amazon.
But
BJ,
my point, hold on, no, before I lose this point real quick. You know what's more damaging than actually being disabled or something? What about the people who are on welfare or something and get a job that's 40 something hours or whatever the case may be, and they automatically don't apply for the things that they was applied for then, and now they gotta because we all know whatever 40 an hour job they got, 40 hours or whatever, it's not gonna be enough to supply whatever situation. They still gonna need assistance, but they cut them all off once you get the food. That's more damaging than anybody on disability.
Right.
So
let me read this. Let me read this right quick. Jordan receives a significant amount of aid from the United States with a recent 7-year agreement committing to a total of $1.4 billion with a B annually. This includes both economic and military aid, with the funds intended to support Jordan's stability and prosperity. We need that money back, Noah.
Real right
No,
now? Hold on.
We need that money back, Noah. I don't want to talk to Noah, hear from Noah until we get our money back, so we can have more money for free health care in America.
You know nothing about.
Fuck
Before you speak,
I gotta talk
you know
to Trump,
nothing
bro.
about, BJ. Since I was a little kid until now, the population of Jordan has gone from 7 million to 14 million out of all the refugees we had to take in from Iraq, from Syria, from Palestine, from every single neighboring. I watched my country go from being empty to being full of people from 5 countries because of the war that America started in Iraq out of nothing.
So,
you know how much
so what happened when all these refugees came?
My
What
mother
happened
is
to your
Syrian
country?
and my father is Palestinian. Both of us are refugees. I'm not even Jordanian.
What happened to your country when all these refugees came over there?
I'm talking. You talking to me about Jordan, and I'm not even Jordanian. I am a product of America's intervention in Palestine and Syria. I am not Jordanian. Jordan is just a country that believed that humans have a right to live. So they let my father live and they let my mother live and they gave us passports and a life. So you're trying to tell me that we don't deserve 1.7 billion for having to double our population in 10 years? That's exactly what America got out of us. Who do you think always begs Jordan to take refugees? Who 6 months ago was begging
all I
Jordan
know
to
is
take-
all I know is
was making videos of him with Elon Musk conquering Gaza and sending every Palestinian to
all
Jordan.
I know is you was just talking about all this free health care that Jordan has. I'm talking to that point. You was talking about all this free health care that Jordan has.
You want to act like that 1.7 billion was a donation, and it wasn't. We had to.
I didn't say that. You keep telling me what I act like. No, listen to what I'm saying. Stop being emotional and interpret it. You're smart enough to do that. I'm not acting like nothing. I just read this. It's an agreement. It's a negotiation. They made a negotiated. They made a deal. I said that earlier.
We give textiles for
We obviously getting something in return. I'm not talking about that. You just was shitting on America for not having a proper health care program like Jordan. And then you name all these other countries that's so much better than America. And I said all those countries you named are getting funded by America and getting protected by America. While we sitting over here shitting on America.
Brazil, Norway,
so I asked about Jordan. I'm talking about healthcare. Then you just said y'all went from 7 million to 14 million. Y'all got all these refugees. That obviously fucked your country up. But when I said America, I just said America went through that. Right or wrong, Will? I just said America 2023 got all these illegal immigrants sent over here, and you act like that was no problem.
Do you see the difference between me and you?
It's only a problem in their country. Y'all see this shit, right? Y'all see? Does the chat see this? It's only a problem when it happens to them. It's not a problem when it happens in America.
It's a problem in both. You're just attacking the wrong person. You're like the bitch that gets cheated on and goes and yells at the girl, not the guy.
Who I'm attacking?
You're projecting on the wrong person. I'm not saying I meant female. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I meant the analogy of you're like
I'm not
the
worried
girl
about
that gets
that.
cheated
Who
on
am
and
I
blames the
attacking?
wrong party. Like you're not blame. Your anger is right. Illegal immigration and immigration in general overwhelms the country. You're right. But
okay, so now we can agree. Because just before you said it was stupid.
Let me finish one point.
Go ahead.
You're blaming the people that are escaping really difficult situations and having to migrate to America. You're blaming them. You're depriving them of health care. You want to kick them out on boats. You want to separate them from their families. I'm not doing that. I am the immigrant. I don't blame the people that had to escape from war-torn countries, drug-filled countries, countries where they don't have a chance to live. I don't blame those people. I blame the people that started the situation that they needed to run from. I believe you have no belief in any universal human right. It's like all you see is countries and borders and people fighting. There's just humans that have a right to eat, to grow, babies not to get bombed. There's human rights. It's like Americans have just lost sight of that, and everything's an entitlement. Like it's just not how life works. Like the fact that the way you even talk
Once
about
again, you emotional.
Like just because one disabled guy who has no legs managed to win the Paralympics and swim, suddenly I'm lazy if I don't. Like, no, I could be disabled and I might not have that zest in me. I might not be able to become an Olympic swimmer. I might not be able to go to work every day. It's still my universal human right.
You're talking out emotions, man. You're talking out emotions because I never said that.
It's human rights.
I'm not blaming nobody. I'm talking about the system, and I'm talking about what Americans are going through. It's okay for you to speak on. Now you're not Jordanian. I don't know what you are, but you live in Jordan or whatever. You from Jordan. So I'm talking about. I asked you about Jordan. You told me about Jordan. I don't care what country you want to speak on. Any of these countries that's receiving aid, they shouldn't be in bed with America at all. Then,
we didn't choose to be in bed with America. America came to our bed. America came to our bed and shot us.
The president of Burkina Faso. Trump tried to sit down with him and make a deal with him too. He told Trump, nah, he too busy building his country. So you could tell them no. Cuba wasn't in bed with America.
Could Iraq say no to America?
It's possible to tell America no. North Korea tells America no. China tells America no. It's possible to tell America no.
Okay, could Iraq say no to America?
But I'm not attacking no people. You want to see things just one way. You want it to be, you talking all this human being shit and all that shit. Whatever, man. Whatever. The world ain't ran off of that. The world is ran off of money and power.
Outside America.
That's
the world is in America.
That's that.
The world is in America.
Talking about all this free healthcare that Jordan has. If we was in Jordan, he would be able to live. They would pay for his home, all that stuff. He would get the money that y'all saying America doesn't give. And I said, well, America needs to get a lot of these people out. The same way Jordan probably need to get a lot of those refugees out their country and make it better again. The same way. You went right to say, oh, Jordan was 7 million, then all the refugees came and went up to 14 million, which obviously destroyed your economy, destroyed your country. I said the same thing about America. You was ready to say it was stupid.
Because you talk about send them back. So we're talking about send me back. Send me back where? To Palestine or Syria? Because none of them
are not a legal migrant.
Send them back where? Send them back where?
Wherever they came from, they should have never been here. Which part you not getting? They should have never been here in the first place.
But somebody bombed her country. Her country is rubble. Where should she go?
Who?
Die. Just drop. My best friend, who she doesn't have any passport, doesn't have a card. Okay, she doesn't have nothing. She's just a resident of nowhere.
I'm not talking about your. See, you're too emotionally attached. You can't. You don't have the capabilities to think without your emotions, without your heart. See, I could think without my heart, even when it's against me and my people. Because guess what? I got family members that lost Medicaid, that lost their food stamps recently. Last year when Biden was in office, Biden cut their shit. I have family where Biden cut their shit. And I still was seeing illegal migrants in New York getting debit cards and Medicaid. So don't talk to me about this bullshit. I'm living it, for real. And my family going through it. And I'm still saying the same shit I'm saying. Even when it happens to me and my family and my children. It's the same shit. Come on, man. Trump ain't doing everything perfect. He ain't the perfect president. But every time I say it started here in 2023, you want to jump to Trump. We can't even get to where it started at. It started right here. Let's at least work our way up to 2025. Y'all don't even want to do that.
But what are you saying started with Biden? The illegal.
I ain't going back to that, bro.
If you say because
for the last 30 minutes, what I was talking about with 2020.
Time out. Illegal immigration started way back during World War I. This country was built off of illegal immigrants. The ones from England that they sent through New York, they emptied those prisons and sent them to New York. We talking about
all them niggas dead, Kurt.
Kurt, you so busy trying to help Noah, trying to back Noah. I'm not
talking
about that.
I'm saying
talking about the illegal migrants that was let over here. I said it time and time again. When Biden opened the border and let all these millions of illegal migrants over here, which started in 2023, you just said the same ones you was talking about that was put on buses and sent up north. I'm talking about those people. I'm not going back hundreds of years and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about every illegal migrant in here. I just said he should leave the ones alone that been here 10, 15, 20 years illegally and being productive. I just said that. Said that.
I'm wondering, why is he going on these jobs? These are immigrants that are working.
We're not even talking.
You said leave the working immigrants alone.
We're not even talking about that.
I know he's saying leave them, but that's not what they're doing. It's casualties of war.
To change what they're doing.
Right. None of us do.
What they doing is what they're gonna do. It is what it is. They here illegally. We can all agree that they broke the law to come in this country. They're here illegally. I know some I know people, very good people in America that I hope don't get caught. That help babysit my nieces and nephews and shit. That I hope don't get caught. I have people going through this shit myself, but it is what it is.
But I just think that we have a much bigger problem than the immigrants in America. You know, if we really want to talk about what is really ailing the Americans is
old people.
It ain't old people. The fuck you talking about, young buck?
What is it? I'm about to play this clip. What is it, Kurt?
I believe that, we don't have this common thread where we call ourselves United States of America, but we ain't united about nothing. It's just America. It's not united. This side got to disagree with that side, and this person got to win, this person got to lose. That's not what made us great. Is we a common thread that we unite around. What's good for you is just as good for me.
Yeah, that ain't never gonna happen, man. I don't even want to get into that because everybody that's against Trump y'all won't even sit down with him, talk to him. He can't do nothing right. It's nothing that he can do that makes sense. He's dumb. He's a racist. He hates human beings. He's dropping bombs on all these people. So ain't no uniting.
They did this. It
is what it is.
And that started before Donald Trump. They didn't
I can't tell because everybody's talking about Trump. I can't tell.
Well, everybody that's talking against Trump is the ones that's talking for Trump. It's like it's a partisan thing. When Obama was in office, he had a split Congress, so he couldn't even get. They wouldn't even vote for his Supreme Court nomination. They held it up for a whole year.
I can't tell. He put that gay dude in there. And he put that white woman in there.
But when he had the opportunity to put that person in office, that's his job. They held it for a whole year. They held it up. And so that's what's creating this division. It's just like they trying to all of a sudden mid-decade, they're trying to gerrymander the maps in Texas. By right, what they normally do is when the census come out every 10 years, that's when they look at what the population growth is, and then they create new maps. They decided, well, since we got control of the House, we just gonna gerrymander it now so that we can win the midterm. That's too partisan for me.
Can I say something real quick? When I say old people, real quick, when I say old people, what I mean is people want to get caught up in what happened or what's happening now, and it's not what's better for the future. It's not what's better for our kids. It's not what's better for our kids' kids. I think that's what BJ is mostly concerned about. When he see the things that happened back then, and we see the things that's happening now, we just know it ain't good for our kids. That's it. It gets all caught up in all this other stuff, and it's just not about that. It ain't about Vietnam 1,000 years.
I just don't see how we could complain about everything that America does wrong. Oh, America should be helping these people and helping that people. America is helping people. They're just not helping the Americans. Can I say it any clearer than that? They are helping people. They weren't helping the Americans. They were helping the illegal migrants that came over here in 2023. They was giving them room and board. California is plagued with homelessness forever. Skid Row. Military veterans are sleeping on the street, but they allowed millions of migrants over here and put them up in hotels in New York. And y'all don't see a problem with that? That's stupid for me to say.
I think your numbers are off.
No, I think your logic is also off. Because I think you just need to visit every single country that you're so mad at. Go to Mexico, go to Nicaragua, go to Palestine, go to every country, and you'll understand why America has a responsibility to take on some of the people. Every single country that you're so mad at the immigrants coming from them, they experience much, much worse conditions than Americans. And America's not what motivation do you even give Democrats? Biden just hates Americans. He just loves the Mexicans. All he loves is the Mexicans. Like, what motivation are you giving them? What's their motive to hate Americans so much and to love these Mexicans?
Votes. I already said that. Votes.
You're acting like the majority of voters aren't American in America, right? The majority of voters are illegal immigrants or immigrants.
They was able to vote, yes. You didn't even need ID to vote.
For Trump. That's how Trump got in office, is by Spanish voters. All the voters voted for Trump.
Okay, man, whatever, man. You want me to visit other countries and my country is fucked up. I don't care about other countries. I don't. I don't. I'm not one of them niggas. Talk to Kurt about that. I'm not that. I focus on in-house first. My crib. I got to get my house. I got to get my life together. When I came home and I was fucked up, I wasn't looking at other people saying, oh, they fucked up too. Or, oh, they doing good. No, I'm fucked up. I got to get my shit together. America got to get their shit together. I can't speak on what America done to them other countries. America done Africa worse than everybody. Anybody. Name a country. Anybody. My people. My bloodline. My heritage. My ancestry. Africa and Haiti, all the black countries been done the worst since the beginning of time. So let's not start talking about other countries. We was talking about America. I'm not even complaining about what they done to Africa and what they still do to Africa and Haiti. You want me to focus on everybody else. And my people fucked up. Those are my people too. I'm not shitting on y'all. I'm not shitting on y'all. But in the same token, you saying, oh, they let all these people in and they should because they did did all the things to their countries. They did all that shit to Haiti too. They not letting no Haitians in. They did all that shit to the Africans. They not letting no Africans in.
BJ, you've been to Crown Heights. I've met like 70 Haitians in 3 years. I don't know what you're talking about. They're not letting Haitians in.
You really don't know what's going on.
There's no Africans in New York. How many
African don't know what's going on?
How many African immigrants are in New York? There's plenty
you met 70 Haitians?
Yeah, there's plenty of Haitians. I
let millions of illegal immigrants in here since 2023, and you just fixed your mouth to say you met 70 Haitians?
Yes, because I used to love goat curry. I used to go to a lot of Haitian spots to get goat curry when I discovered what that was. Every Haitian spot I went to in Crown Heights when I lived there, it was plenty of them. What do you mean? Do you want me to give you names?
Okay, man. 70 Haitians. Okay.
Obviously, that was a number I estimated. I just used to go to a different restaurant, and there was always Haitians serving it. Like, what do you think? There's no Haitians in Brooklyn?
You don't know what's going on. I didn't say that. I don't understand.
Okay, let's pull out
how I say one thing
mad at the number.
And you interpret something totally different.
You know, though, what I'm saying that what's hurting America more than anything is these mass shootings. Innocent people that's trying to work and live for their children. Kids getting killed in the street, but they're mass producing these guns and putting them and putting them out here on the street, making them become more accessible. We got a problem with that. Let's work on that.
And then Dollar says, take care of home first. Simplest way to explain things. Before you can help one non-American, all Americans should be helped first.
That's stupid. That's too stupid.
In order to take care of home, the first thing to do is to stay the fuck home. You got to stay home first. America hasn't been staying home enough. Once America starts staying home, it can take care of home. Once it gets out of Palestine and stops bombing babies' brains, it can start staying home and taking care of home. But ain't nobody that's not even in the home gonna be able to take care of your home.
I ain't gonna lie, man. The more you say that, the more I just don't even care, man. Real talk.
I know. You like
I just don't even care. And you can sit here, the way you sit here and just shit on America and then shit on Americans. And every time I jump on social media, it ain't nothing but Americans saying Israel, fuck Israel, and Israel is wrong. And I've been a nigga up here on YouTube, on the internet, saying Hitler may have been right. We gotta reevaluate Hitler. Right or wrong, Will? I've been saying it for the past 2-3 months. Man, we may have to reevaluate what Hitler had going on.
We have been getting canceled right fast.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I've been a nigga saying that, Davon. Nobody else.
I know.
And when you get on social media, you're going to see a whole bunch of Americans talking about free Palestine. Dwight Howard lost a contract. They kicked that nigga out the NBA because he tweeted free Palestine. Black Americans are getting messed up in this shit, tweeting free Palestine just for people to act like Americans don't care about Palestine. And Africa has wars, babies getting killed too.
BJ, you want me to care about a tweet about a free Palestine, about a Hitler was whatever, more than I care about you telling me we should go back to Palestine, immigrants that come, we should go back to their countries. I care about the actions. You're always talking about we shouldn't have immigrants. I'm telling you the reason you have immigrants is because of the wars you started. If you stopped starting wars, you would have less immigrants. You're telling me you want to send people back to Palestine. I care about that a lot more than about the little words you talk about Hitler. I don't give a fuck about that because that's not going to get Palestine where it needs to go.
All right, so then don't expect nothing from us then. Don't expect nothing from Americans. If you don't care about us tweeting,
You
you don't care
Americans
about
never
us
did nothing to me
speaking.
but tell me free
You don't care
Palestine.
about us tweeting. You don't care about us speaking. You shouldn't care about how we think
I
about
care
what's
about how you
going on
vote.
over there
I
at
care
all.
about how you vote. If
Every
all of you
Candace
voted for the one
Owens,
candidate,
Candace
wasn't gonna
Owens
be
is
a-
going to war with Israel over Palestine.
Yeah,
Black
I love
American
Candace Owens. I love that.
going to war on the internet about Palestine, and she don't care. Okay.
BJ, y'all still voting for people that have said in their manifesto, we will be sending 1 billion to Israel. There was one candidate
Hey,
that
yo,
wasn't
man.
going to bomb
It
Israel.
don't matter. It don't matter who sits in that seat. They gonna support Israel.
No, it does. There's candidates. There was one candidate that was completely against any sort of Jill Stein. Nobody gave a fuck that she was the only
Okay.
candidate that
Who
said,
is Jill
I don't
Stein?
like bombing the brains of babies. Honestly, if I was living in a country where every single candidate was okay with bombing babies except one, what the hell would make me vote for anybody else other than the one that thinks bombing babies is wrong? Like, that's a basic principle. And I don't care that you think American lives are more valuable than the lives of foreigners. If I lived in a country that told me there was this one person that thinks American
What
babies
you gonna
should
make
be
me do
bombed,
is you
I
gonna make
wouldn't
me
want
really
American
start
babies
shitting
to
on
be
foreigners.
bombed.
Because
Like,
you
that's the
putting
key
words in
thing.
my
That's the key
mouth.
thing I would
And
look
I ain't
for.
even really feel I don't feel that way, but you're gonna make me feel that way. And you're gonna make me really start shitting
I don't care how you feel because you ain't never gonna do
Because
nothing.
I
You
haven't
just tell
said
me
the shit
anyway.
you're saying I haven't said. And what you're implicating how I feel, I don't feel. But for you to even say, yeah, you don't care about what I said and this, that, and the third, okay, cool. Because
Yeah,
I've been sitting up here
definitely you have to
calling
go
the
back to
Jews
your country
demonic and all
mentality.
that. I'm the one that
Ultimately-
sat up here and said, yo, that's fucked up. They bombing them babies and shit like that over there. But you're
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
then
sit
the
up
next
here
sentence
to
you
my
want me to
face
have
and
babies
shit
there.
on America and Americans and tell me we started. Well, I ain't start none of them fucking wars. I ain't start none of them wars. I don't care about them niggas supporting Israel and my people over here fucked up. But you can't see that because all you care about is Palestine, which
You
is
voted
cool.
for people
So when
that
I start
said
saying all I
something
care
about
about is Americans, don't get mad. That's all
You
I'm
voted
saying.
for people that committed billions and billions to the war, thinking that the money that's gonna come to you from that 1 million, that 1 month pilot, that money's gonna save Americans, not the 30 billion. God knows how much money goes into war. It's probably in the trillions. That money isn't gonna save Americans. We need to take it from the illegal immigrants. That's your fight. Great fight. How about you
They
fight for
take
the-
it from
fight for
illegal
taking the money-
immigrants. They
fight to
shouldn't
take
be
the money
over
from
here.
the war, and then that money will get redirected to Americans. Stop fighting the illegal immigrants that can't even afford to survive. Start fighting the real money. The real money, where it's at, it's going to Israel's pocket. Here's a real fight for you. Go take that money.
I mean, I already said I don't agree with them funding Israel. I don't know what else to be said.
But you think the main source of money is in the illegal immigrants' pockets.
That's
You don't
not
think
what
the
I
main
think.
source of
Stop
money
telling me
is
what I
from
think.
Israel. You don't think that's the
Stop
main
telling
source
me
of
what I
money.
think. We was talking about healthcare. You all over the place. We was talking about healthcare. And
We
I
talked
said the
about how
legal
we gonna get
immigrants was
money
getting
for
Medicaid,
Americans to
free
have
healthcare.
healthcare. We talked about how we
Millions
gonna
of
get that
immigrants
money.
was getting free healthcare in America. That's what I was talking about. Healthcare. I always said I don't agree with Israel. America supporting Israel. Everybody has said it up here. Everybody. How you still so mad?
Because you don't think that that's the reason why Americans is not getting what Americans deserve. You think the reason is the immigrants that come from war-torn countries. That is not the reason. The reason is because America pours its money into supporting allies that just off of personal benefit. Why do you think Trump is a sucker to Israel, like you said? Why do you think he's a puppet? It's all about the money he gets. And you're fine with that. You don't think that money is going to feed Americans. You don't think Trump's money going to feed Americans. The money that's going to feed Americans is what that Mexican is having for that $10 that Mexican got. That's what's going to feed America, not the 30 billion that Trump gave to Israel, not the 30 billion that Trump got from Israel. No. It's what the Mexican got.
So now we getting money from Israel. All right, I'm off this. Play
Yeah,
that clip, Will.
IPAC donations. You want me to look up the numbers? You don't like
Nah,
numbers
I don't
today.
care.
Look up
I don't
IPAC
care.
donations to Trump.
I'm in my I don't care bag now. If we ain't talking about Africa or Haiti, I don't care.
If we ain't talking about Palestine, I don't care.
Go ahead, Will.
City. We've just been walking around talking to some of the migrants who are here. We tried entering the hotel at various points, but there were security guards and they wouldn't let us in. They said it's been shut down to the public for several months, that it's become a shelter. And it's pretty discouraging that our taxpayer dollars are paying for this, and there is no transparency about any of this. They're very squirrely about it. We also talked to some missionaries who come here and talk to the migrants, and they said they've seen a lot of Venezuelans here, a lot of Haitians here, and it's because the U.S. is giving them what are in effect visas to come here. And so if you offer it when it comes to immigration, people will come, and they are. Hi, Laura Reese here in front of the Roosevelt Hotel in
That was one of the hotels they was put up in. It wasn't even open to the public.
The
And
Roosevelt.
And you put this Dolly Madison cupcake ass lady on there to prove what point? I didn't hear her talking about the South African white people that they brought here. Oh, they ain't illegal. We call them legal because we brought them here. Don't cut the nut and call one part a nut and the other part a piece of cake. You know, they brought all them Africans out of South Africa talking about, oh, we under duress, but they legal, right? They didn't go through none of the process that those other countries like Haiti and got to go through, and still don't get a firm of legal residency here. I don't get that. Don't call one illegal and the other one they legal because we brought them. You know what I'm saying? So, when I see them Dolly Madison cupcake ass white women sitting there talking about illegal immigration, I guarantee you her great grandparents came from Germany, some goddamn where. Probably some kin to
She
Hitler.
wasn't even talking about illegal immigrants. She was talking about the hotel.
Yeah, that she couldn't get in to see if it was some illegal immigrants there.
No, she couldn't get in to get a residence there.
Okay. It was full.
One thing about it, man. This is why I'm gonna continue to say America needs to get rid of all the illegal immigrants over here. Period. And focus on America. Fuck that. Because when it boiled down to what it boiled down to, all these people over here that's talking about this, that, and the third, they could go back to their country. And we'll still be over here fucked up. Talking about, oh, we should let them over here, da-da-da-da. Kurt,
no, we're gonna still.
Kurt, you care more about the Mexicans than anybody else.
No, they all of them that welfare you say they giving them illegal immigrants. When they don't give it, that means they have that money accessible because they was able to give it to the illegal immigrants.
When they don't give it to them, when they don't give it to them, they don't have no excuses. And I never said that was the only issue. I never said that. I said let's start there. Let's get rid of all the illegal immigrants that Biden brought over here in 2023. I didn't even go past 2023. I also said leave the ones that been here being productive 10, 15, 20 years. Leave them alone. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Can y'all get that in your heads? I don't agree with that. I said get the ones from 2023 that walked over here through the fucking swamps, just and undocumented. You got all types of, I seen all types of clips of Arab men coming through here. One Arab man said, y'all don't know who I am, but y'all will know soon. We let all these, can you get in your head that we don't let all these illegal migrants over here from all types of countries that hate America? Or does a terrorist have to bomb somewhere you live or somewhere your people work at?
Who is terrorists?
Anybody, any kind of terrorist.
Arabs.
Anybody, any kind of terrorist.
Would you not hate America if America destroyed your country to rubble? Like, it's so. Why do you think
when the World Trade Center got bombed, I lost family in that. When the
y'all
World Trade
blamed it
Center
on the
got
wrong
bombed,
country
I was 19 years old saying I don't believe Bin Laden did
talk
that.
about 9/11 on the internet. I want to set this one up.
Because
19 years old saying I don't believe Bin Laden did that.
Because Bin Laden them didn't do that.
Okay.
Come on.
So let's be for real. Once again, let's be for real.
On the real side of things, remember the World Trade Center was built to withstand an airplane crash.
No, the fuck it wasn't. You cannot withstand jet fuel. Stop. People need to stop saying that. No, it would
Listen,
not.
that building.
You do not
Davon, it was
understand
built
physics
to
when you say
withstand
that.
a jet going 1,000 miles,
You cannot,
500 miles an hour.
nothing jet fuel runs into that is standing unless it's Mount Everest. It will not stand. There's no building you can create with man object. This is just
Listen.
physics. We're not talking about, I'm not listening to nothing. No, this is physics. We're not
Okay,
talking
but
about
you
no
haven't let me
conspiracy.
talk.
This is,
You
I'm
know,
not
you
letting
have
you
not.
talk. This is
I
just
said,
physics. Anything that has jet fuel at that many gallons run into any building, it will burn down. It will no longer exist. It is
you
jet fuel.
you got to
Jet fuel.
also
Jet. It's not
turn.
regular gasoline. It's not nothing. You need to look into what jet fuel does. Before
I
I
already
did my research
listen.
on this
Okay,
already.
okay.
You need to look and see what
But
jet fuel
listen to
does,
this.
and then tell me
Listen.
if that building would have still been there.
Okay, let's have
It's
a
not
protocol.
happening.
Let's have a protocol. When you have what you have to say, you know, everybody say, let them speak. You know.
I listen to everybody. I've been sitting here quiet.
Okay,
Listen to
but
everybody.
I got
Listen,
halfway through.
the only thing I said is when it comes to the towers,
Javon,
Kurt, you
listen.
going next.
Marvel
Kurt, you're going
died
next.
working on the
You're
towers.
going next, Kurt.
Marvel died working.
And he
Marvel
not
died
gonna cut
working
you
on the
off.
towers. Marvel died working on the towers, building them. So I'm not just talking out of nothing. Marvel died building the towers. CPOD. All that stuff that in the inhalation system he put in there, and that's how he's dead today. He survived crack and everything else. So what I tell you, when jet fuel hit that building or if jet fuel hit anything else, yeah, it's going down. Now, who did it and what did it? I'm not here for that. I wasn't there. I know I seen a plane go into the building. I know what made the building go down. We all seen the plane go into the building. I'm telling you, gallons of jet fuel goes into anything. That anything is going down.
Listen
Anything
to this.
man-made.
Listen. And I've done demolition on buildings. I've watched buildings imploded that fall straight down like that. That building didn't just burn to the ground; it imploded. They knocked out the support beams from the middle of that building. That's what brought that building down. Now, who did it? What and why? See, I had a conversation with an Arab some years ago, and he asked a question about, why do Americans see, like Arabs as terrorists? And I said, before I even knew there was an Arab that existed in this life, you know who the terrorist was? The Black Panthers or anybody that was, on a black movement. We were considered terrorists back in those days. And that's only because the policy of the government of the United States of America always creates a villain so that they can look like, oh, we the white knight shining armor, and we're going to come rescue you with our big bombs and atomic bombs. And they create narratives just so they can go to war.
Yeah, and that's some bullshit too. Real talk. That's some
they
bullshit
always
too.
have. And I'm talking about.
And I continue. My fault, Kurt. Go ahead.
And that dates back before the World Trade Center. You know what I'm saying? Now, yes, I believe that maybe a plane hit it, but it's all kind of documents that said that they had built that to withstand an airplane because they was thinking about they had some kind of intelligence that some Arab country was going to try to bomb it. But why is it that? And there's one thing that we can all agree to: if you take gold and you melt it down, it becomes liquid. When it cools off, it becomes solid again. Why all of the billions and billions of dollars that was supposed to have been in the basement in them safes of the World Trade Center was never found because it was moved before that was hit.
No, I'm telling you, because I'm trying to tell you, when jet fuel hits something, it doesn't burn or melt away. It disintegrates. It's gone. When jet fuel hits something, it doesn't, hey, I'm going to turn into a liquid substance. No, it's gone. It's evaporated. It's a shadow now. That's what jet fuel does.
And let me go on record. Let me go on record to say this too. The Jews had something to do with that. The Jews are responsible. Even though I'm about to get on some fuck Palestine shit, I gotta keep it real. The Jews is behind World Trade Center.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Noah.
First of all, I agree. I've read a lot of books about the engineers that were talking about the reasons why it's controlled demolition and not the Davon that we saw at plane and all of that. But I also agree that there's plenty of proof that American intelligence knew of that. There's literally a person in the government in the UK that was suddenly died of suicide 2 days after testifying about what he knew about this. Like it's so crystal clear to me that it's not what it seems to the eye or whatever. But BJ, I gotta go to some numbers real quick because you want to talk about what you've experienced with 9/11 and all of that. And I obviously understand people like died and all that, and a lot of people knew people that died in 9/11. But the victims of September 11 attacks were 2,977 Americans without the hijackers, just less than 3,000. The amount of U.S. military, American military members that died during the Iraq War in Iraq was 4,419. So that's already 1,500 more Americans dead because of America's decision to invade a country that turned out to have nothing to do with it. And the Iraqi casualties are estimated to be between 650,000 and 1.2 million. So it's like every time we talk about 9/11, I bring up Iraq and then suddenly we have to go back to 9/11. Why do I have to keep going back to talk about 3,000 casualties when America's response was to kill up to 1.2 million civilians? Why do I even have to talk about those 3,000? It's like that type of thing. That's why Americans don't like numbers. Because if I want to talk about Palestine, if I want to talk about the number of babies whose head exploded over the past 2 years, you're gonna tell me you don't like numbers. And it's like the same shit. Like you want me to just cry because what matters is that BJ knew somebody whose family was in 9/11. That makes that story so much more significant than 1.2 million Arabs that got killed, because that's a number that BJ's not interested in.
Okay, so no, you're exposing yourself. For real. Because at the end of the day, I never brought the World Trade Center up. And Kurt, correct me if I'm wrong.
Come on.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I sat here and let you talk. You got to get your emotions out of this, no?
All right, tell me how you never talked about it.
Let me talk like I let you talk. I never brought the World Trade Center up to combat anything about the Middle East. I said, even when the World Trade Center happened, and they were saying Osama bin Laden did it, I didn't believe it.
Right.
Right? So why is she coming up with this shit? I'm not trying to battle you with, oh, more people died here than here. And I just said, before you even read them stats, I just said the Jews had something to do with that. So why would you come behind me to compare 3,000? And my family don't have to care. I don't need you to care about my family that I lost in there. So I don't even care about none of that. But why would you come behind me after I said I don't feel like your people was responsible for it? After I said the Jews were responsible for it? Why would you come with these statistics trying to compare how many people died on either side when I wasn't even bothering you about it? World Trade Center, me bringing the World Trade Center up didn't have nothing to do with you. At all. BJ. So why are you even trying to, BJ said, I didn't say nothing, that had nothing to do with you. Right or wrong, Kurt?
Yeah, I can see your point. What I'm saying is, our problem is more us, internal, than the immigrants. I mean, yes, there's a problem with immigration. I get that. There's a problem with a lot of things with the government. What I think is more important is government is more of a problem to us than anything, because they policy, it changes from one president to the next. There's never a bipartisan anything. It's never, okay, you the president, let's try to work something out for the betterment of all people that live in America. But that ain't what they own. They own always trying to vilify.
We can't do that when we let 10 million illegal immigrants over here. I mean, we gotta, Kurt, if your family is messed up, your grandkids and all that is struggling, you're gonna let strangers from the street live in your house too? You could barely feed your own family members? You're gonna let people from the outside in your house? You're gonna house more people? In my house, if me and my family is struggling, I don't need to house nobody else in my house. I need to get my house together first.
What I'm saying, but the problem,
but before you let
I'm not saying fuck Palestine, fuck them dropping bombs on babies. I'm not saying all that.
but that's not what I said, BJ. I said,
all right, that's not what you said, but that's all
yeah,
I'm saying.
right.
Because for some reason, y'all can't interpret what I'm saying.
You keep saying y'all. I keep saying something similar, but I'm saying that our problem, if we look at the overall, what's wrong with our problem, we need to fix our system of politics and everything, because our politics is fucked up. We'll call them terrorists, but America is the biggest terrorist in the world.
Yeah, we still talking about two different things. I'm not talking about politics. I don't care about politics. You can't fix politics. You can't fix politics. Politics ain't gonna fix your home. You cannot fix that. We cannot change what America has done. Before America did anything with any other country, America that was created off of destruction, war, murder, blood. Get that in our heads. It don't make sense for us to keep talking about that in 2025. This is what America is built off of. Way before they even invaded the Middle East.
America was built off of immigration. It was the motherfuckers that came to this country. It wasn't the people that was all.
How did they get here?
Hold on, Davon. Who you talking about?
They got
what America was built off of?
Immigration. Immigration is
was built off of all?
Immigration. Everybody but the Native Americans wasn't immigrant.
What you were saying?
I agree with you. America is built on blood, war, greed, money, rape.
So I'm a gracefully bow out this conversation. I'm gonna let y'all have it, because y'all sitting here telling me America was built off of immigration. America was built off the slaves of Africa.
Immigrated.
Yeah.
They say slavery.
Forced immigration.
Say slavery.
Slavery.
Say slavery.
Okay, listen.
I don't equate slavery to immigration.
Motherfuckers
that choose to come here.
Wait, it was we were illegally brought here, illegal immigration from another country.
You didn't even say illegal. You said immigration. And I don't even want to say illegal immigration. I'm going to say slavery.
Cleaning it up. You took
slavery. America was built off slavery.
Right.
Murder, war, killing. America was built off of that.
Okay,
from the jump.
So
immigration came after that. Immigration, nobody wanted to come here until the slaves built this joint.
Y'all keep thinking some white lady knitted that flag. How about that?
Who? What flag?
Thank you, Mimi. Slavery.
American flag.
Slavery. Thank you, Shakora.
Thank
you, Maine Senior. No, America built off slavery.
BJ,
thank you.
Slavery started. It was built off of both, but the reason people say America was built off of immigration, because the way it started, the first thing that happened was they started the first settlement. 15 years later, I think it was like in the middle of the 1600s, that's when the first slaves came to America. So America was built off of slavery. Obviously, for like 500 years of its history involved slavery.
That's not when the first slavery.
The first thing that happened is immigrants came and settled in a land that belonged to the Native Americans.
We didn't come to America. We was took it to America.
What? I didn't hear you.
We didn't come to America. We was took
I
to
didn't say you
America.
came to America. It's not you that came to America. The first settlers, the English settlers that came from England, the white people that came from England, these were the first settlers that established the first settlement in 1600.
Wrong.
1600 something. Yes, and then 15 years later, the first slaves were forced to come to America.
First of all, England didn't come over here. They were Spaniards.
There was an English settlement in the 1600s.
It was all Spaniards.
They came from Spain.
No, they came. There was. I thought the first one. I don't know if it came after, but I know there was
Christopher Columbus and them. They couldn't.
What was it called? Jamestown.
What are y'all talking about? They couldn't even find America. They needed an African to guide them to America. I think
what was the name of the ships? The name of the ships was all
I think it was
Spanish. Santa Maria and all this other shit.
They couldn't even find America.
Come on. All the ships were Spanish.
The first settlement.
They always minimize the tragedy of slavery. That's a fact. That's a fact.
All the time.
That's a fact. Kurt so worried about immigration, he forgot about slavery.
No, I said immigration. Immigrants are people from other countries that come here. Well, we were brought here
to come here. Like Noah chose to come here. Immigrants choose to come here. Slaves didn't have a choice.
You know what I say to everybody that's from a different
Friends,
country and they
yeah.
tell me they came to America? I always ask why. Why did you come here? For what?
Because of the propaganda that America is land of the free.
Yeah. I'd have
And
Yeah,
stayed
they
wherever.
part of
If
it.
I was from a different country, I'd have stayed whatever that
I'm
country
not
I'm
gonna go
from.
to a country I hate. I'm not.
Never would have came here. I wish I knew another country. I wish I knew another language. Oh my God, to get away from you motherfuckers in a heartbeat.
The fact that
right. They America was built off of free labor. They profited for hundreds of years off of free labor from the slaves, and they built this machine. But with the illegal immigrants, they paid them slave labor wages. People that worked at Mar-a-Lago and all of that, they getting paid, 2 cents to the dollar. But
Slaves
two
don't get
cents,
paid. Slaves
right?
don't get paid.
Right. They got rich. America got rich like it did off of free labor. And then they created the prison industrial complex, which puts you back into slavery because you have to work, make furniture, make license plates that they still profit off of. That's
And if
where
you want to get technical, if we want to really get technical about this, the Africans were enslaved by the British, the English, the Spaniards, and the Arabs. Everybody put foot the ass to my people. Everybody.
everybody
I'm gonna sit here and just focus on Palestine.
the real
Let's go back to Africa then.
BJ, let's start. Like, why are you telling me that I can't talk about something happening in 2025 because you want to talk about or America being built off of slavery? How am I minimizing
No,
the
I didn't
beginning
say
of
that.
America?
I didn't say that.
How am I
didn't say that.
minimizing? You just tell me you acting like, oh, you want me to talk about Palestine. Babies are getting bombed as we speak, BJ. I can't talk about that.
I said
because gotta do-
America. Once again, let me slow down. America was built off slavery,
And
off
I
of
agree.
murder, off of, you got to listen. That's the problem. You talking while I'm talking. You got to listen. America been built off of this shit you're seeing today. America been doing it. So while you trying to tell me, America should mind their business, America, the people that created this civilization in this country, they been doing this shit. This ain't nothing they just started. America was built off of this. That's why they continue to do it. That's why they're in every country that allows them to be in their country, because that's what they do. Just like the Africans allowed them to come to Africa and do that shit and steal our people and come over here and put them in slavery. That's what they've been doing. The only difference is they're dropping bombs on your people. They're not putting them in chains, slavery no more. They chose a side. So they chose to stand with the Jews. That's it. America been doing this. It ain't nothing new.
But you're
Nothing
you're the
new.
one who's crying every time that I say that when you get the idea that I hate America, you get so mad about it. Why do you hate it?
I don't get mad about it. I don't get mad about nothing you say, Nor.
Murder and blood and all that bullshit. Like,
I don't get mad about nothing you say. I get mad when you interpret something. When I say something and you take it in your mind because you're so emotional, you put it in your mind and spit it back out. Some other shit I didn't even say.
You didn't just tell.
Let alone, I'm the same person that been up here saying we need to reevaluate what Hitler was talking
Leopold
about.
was
What Hitler was doing.
crazy.
I'm the same person
Leopold
that
was
saying I don't mess
crazy.
with Trump because Israel's they using that nigga as a puppet. That nigga messing with Israel. I've been saying Israel when Biden was in office, I said them niggas shouldn't be giving Israel that money or Ukraine. I've been saying this. I've been speaking against that. But when I start talking about illegal immigrants, you just want to put in your mind that BJ is saying fuck Palestine. I'm saying the illegal immigrants that came over here in 2023, we should never allowed that. We should have never allowed that. I don't care who came over, whether it was your people, my people, Mexicans. I don't give a damn who it was. We should have never allowed it. Period. That's it.
Yeah, because you have the mindset when you describe, oh, if we're going through something at home and somebody come to my house, I'm not gonna let them. That's just the mentality of an American that hasn't actually experienced a war in their lifetime. Because if you actually were African, If
Go
you
ahead.
were African and came from a country that actually experienced, if you actually spent time in a country that was going through war, you would know that during war, it's people literally have dumped babies on the doorstep of people that don't have money to eat. It's women that have no more milk to breastfeed their own kids that are dumping babies at the doorstep of other houses that are also going through war. And what do? You take it in and raise it. That's what happens during war. When you're actually going through something, you don't just leave people to just die. People start helping each other no matter what, because you got no choice but to. That's what happens during every single real war. And that's what happened when your people were at war. You just have this mentality that, oh, if I'm going through something, if my people aren't getting enough, I don't even know, enough money, enough healthcare, whatever you're complaining about, then we can't help anybody else. I'm sorry. And I'm telling you, America created all these problems. And when people are at war, when people have, every single Latin American country was in a civil war within the last 100 years. And that's what led them to the situation, the economic situation that they're in back home. So it's my perspective isn't that. My perspective is just that, yeah, there is a responsibility when people are at war, when people don't have any. You can't keep kicking people out to their countries when you don't even know the conditions of these countries that America created. That's where we differ. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything different. You have a different mentality of, oh no, we can't help those. We're going through shit. And I'm like, no, we're going through shit too, and we have to help people all the fucking time. That's what happens when people are at war. You don't have a choice on whether to help somebody or not.
I said. Forget the mentality orders I have a mentality of. I'm telling you what it is. This whole conversation came up
slapped you in the face.
From Nadia talking about healthcare and you complaining about America not helping Americans. This whole debate started from you talking about how America is not helping Americans with healthcare. And then you went to say how Jordan, if we was in Jordan, we wouldn't have to worry about stuff like that, cancer. You wouldn't have to work because Jordan will take care of you. And I simply said, America shouldn't have been taking all these illegal immigrants in since 2023 and giving them free health care and not Americans. That's how this debate started. You wanted to go into the whole Palestine and dropping bombs on babies and all that. That wasn't even the discussion.
DJ, because you were acting like the reason
we
Jordan
talking about healthcare. I'm talking.
Yes,
don't tell me what I'm acting like. I can explain myself to you.
My point.
You got to understand. You got to be able to comprehend, because you keep telling me what I'm acting like, and I'm speaking on what I feel or what I'm saying. I'm saying it direct to you. I'm not acting like nothing.
I'm telling you what I said
directly what I feel like America needs to do when it comes to healthcare. And you keep telling me I'm acting like this way. I'm not acting like nothing. I'm acting like a person who was just explaining what I think America needs to do for Americans. That's it. And you involved yourself and your people in it. That's it.
I didn't say nothing about America not being able to help Americans. I said America not being able to help anybody that needs emergency care. I didn't say anything about Americans. That was not how it started. And the only reason we got into this topic was because you were saying that the money that you were acting like, or you were implying, suggesting that the money that America, the 1.7 billion that America gave Jordan, that's how we're able to take care of our people. And I'm telling you, that's not what allows us to take care of our people.
I didn't even say that.
That's
I didn't even say that.
Then why did you bring it up? Why did you
should watch? You're gonna have to watch rewatch this. I didn't even say that.
Why did you pull it up? Why did you start talking about it?
I said if they were able to give the illegal immigrants that came over here free health care, send them back and give it to America. I didn't start talking about Jordan until you brought Jordan in it, and I asked you, well, what would Jordan have done? You said all these great things about Jordan, and then you went into all these other great countries besides America, all these other great countries that's better than America in healthcare and all this other stuff. And I said those same countries are getting funded by America, just like Israel's getting funded by America. Israel's taking money from America, just like Jordan's taking money from America. That's what I said. I didn't say nothing about healthcare or nothing. I asked you how much money is Jordan taking. You didn't know. You said you didn't know, so I looked it up. I didn't even say nothing about healthcare or nothing. But Jordan is able to do the things Jordan is able to do because
the money.
America provides military aid and money. Now, if you want to go into a whole nother, the refugees, we had 7 million. You just said the same thing. But see, you can only comprehend when it's about your people, which is cool.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
You told me
you just said Jordan had a population of 7 million. And then they took in all the refugees because of America again, and it went up to 14 million. And that's what messed Jordan economy up. So now they need help, this, that, and the third. I understand that. Guess what? I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying America took in all these refugees, whether America started it or not, whether the reason why, and it was a bunch of Mexicans that came over here. Ain't no wars going on in Mexico because of America. It was millions of Mexicans that came over here. So if you want to equate that to America started all these things, okay, cool, I don't care. I was talking about healthcare for Americans, and you was telling me how all these other countries have free healthcare for their citizens. But you hate America so bad, so much, that anytime I say something about Americans or America, you get mad. That's all this equate to, which is cool. You have your right to hate America. I don't care. I didn't build America. I don't care. I was born here. So I'm American. So I have to be pro-America. Because guess what? I know everybody hates America. I know y'all do.
Why wouldn't we? You just said it's built off of murder and blood.
Listen, more power to y'all. Hate America.
America's a self-proclaimed villain and has always been, but you still want me to say I'm a... But BJ,
I don't want you to say nothing.
How are you acting like we're in the same boat or perspective when you're telling me that, we're dealing with the same thing here in America. We want the refugees out. What are you not understanding about I am the refugee? I'm not Jordanian. There is no Jordanian blood in me anywhere. I tested my DNA. I'm not Jordanian. My parents just crashed there because their countries were at war. And you're telling me, we're in the same boat. We got to get the refugees out.
I didn't say we was in the same boat. I didn't say that.
Refugee.
I didn't say that. No, you having a very hard time comprehending. You having a very hard time comprehending.
You having a very hard time speaking.
I'm speaking clearly, and I'm making it as simple as possible.
You just said we go through the same shit here. They're ruining the economy. That's what
I didn't say we're in the same boat. We're not in the same boat at all. I didn't say that.
You didn't say that.
I think
you saw that parallel. I created that parallel of where Davon, and did nobody hear what was just said? Like, I don't understand. What am I not getting? You didn't just draw that parallel and suggest that the refugees are the problem, that we can't take refugees because they're ruining the economy. And my whole point is that it is not a choice. Jordan did not, and America did not even, the choice for America to give 1.7 billion, that was not a donation. America needed that to maintain stability.
I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
My thing is this. It's about refugees. See, we need to fix that whole immigration thing. Some people we do accept in. Depending on where they from and who they know, we let them in. I get all of that. The moral question, I think, is about the immigration system. You know, the Mexicans, all Mexicans are not bad. And I'm not going to even say Mexicans like blacks, because I don't know. I don't, intermingle too much with Mexicans. But I do know that this, as they say, the cartel, the war on drugs down from Mexico down through Central America is a war that was kind of created through America because of the desire for drugs. They created a market that the drug cartels, the average drug dealer, profited off of. But America named they're the terrorists, they're the bad guys because they shipping drugs to America. Well, America wouldn't be having drugs if they wasn't demanding drugs. So the problem is inner, not outer. It ain't got nothing to do with them. It's what we allow. See, because if all of the money they take from those illegal immigrants, they still ain't gonna give it to the Americans.
You don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know what they're gonna do.
They ain't giving it to us now.
You don't know what they ain't gonna do.
But
they still getting illegal immigrants out of here. They still working on that, but you don't know what they're gonna do.
But what I'm saying is we already established that they giving it to them, but they not giving it to America. They still ain't gonna give it to us because they ain't been giving it to us.
Who ain't been giving it to y'all?
The government ain't giving a whole bunch of people in America no assistance. They telling people they putting up obstacles.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. Now that we witnessed the government give millions of illegal immigrants Medicaid and Medicare with no problem, right? We witnessed that, right? We all saw that, right? from 2023 to whenever, till they finally, whatever, when Trump got in office, right? We witnessed y'all give all these people, millions of immigrants, migrants or whatever, free Medicaid, Medicare, whatever, even food stamps, even $12 a day. I know a lot of people that could use $12 a day to eat on a debit card, right? We just witnessed y'all do that. There's no excuse to do it for Americans. There's no excuse.
BJ, can I ask you a question?
That's what I'm saying.
But they seem to have an excuse why they still wasn't giving it when they was giving it to the immigrants. They still ain't giving it to us because they putting up obstacles for those people that need assistance to get it. So, I promise you, the politics, you said it yourself, politics is a real dirty business. See, they saying, oh, well, if we don't give it to them, we'll have it to give it to us. But you ain't been giving it to us anyway.
Right, but they haven't been giving it to them either until they came over here. We haven't seen anything like we saw 2023 when Biden opened them borders and they was just walking in here, thousands, 10,000s a daily. You know what I'm saying? We never saw that before. Now we can hold them accountable. We can hold them accountable now because y'all did this 2023, 2024. Y'all have no excuse for these people that wasn't even supposed to be over here. Y'all need to do that for us.
What I'm saying, it seemed like you just start opening your eyes up in 2023. I can remember when they had that war over there in Africa. They brought all those Africans here when they was genociding those Africans, and they was giving them free housing. And I'm talking about that was in Atlanta, over in Clarkson, that whole community.
Let me stop you right there. I don't give a damn what they give the Africans. Let me stop you right there.
I mean, what I'm saying,
I don't care what they give the Africans. The Africans deserve whatever they give them. I can stop you right there. You had a question, though?
No, what I'm saying, though, they were immigrants.
I don't care what they was. You said they was Africans. That's all I need to hear. They deserve whatever they got. Go ahead, Noah.
BJ, why do you think Americans weren't getting that health care before 2023 and Biden? Where do you think that money came from? That money to support all these people that Biden brought in before 2023? Where did that money come from? Why weren't Americans getting it back then from the day you were born until 2023? Why did America
is a capitalist country, the same reason why you came over here.
So will it not be a capitalist country when the immigrants are kicked out? Will it not be a capitalist country when the immigrants are kicked out? Will America no longer be a capitalist country when Trump achieves?
No, America is always going to be a capitalist country.
So how are you going to get your health care?
What?
So how are you going to get your health care? How are Americans
going to pay for it the way I always pay for it. I'm going to pay for it.
But didn't you just contradict your whole argument that once we take it away, once the immigrants is gone, we're going to redirect this magically to Americans?
I never said that. I never said that. Not once. Once again, I don't know if you're hard of hearing or your comprehension is off.
You're just not.
I never said that. I said, let's start here. And I said it again when Kurt brought it up. I said, Kurt, that's one of the problems. Let's start with this. And I just said it again when Kurt brought it up again. I said, yo, bro, all I know is let's try to fix our house. Let's try this. Now there's no excuses. Now there is no excuses, and we need to hold them accountable. I don't care who's in there. Even if it's Trump, nigga, we hold you accountable too.
I would love to see that.
Anybody.
Okay,
I don't care either way, or whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to sit up here. See, that's the thing with y'all. Y'all want to sit up here and complain and cry and talk shit about these people, but don't offer no solutions. And when it comes to a solution, y'all got a problem with that anyway. So it don't matter with y'all, for real, for real. I don't care who's in office. Like I said before, if Biden was in office and Biden said he not letting boys and girls sports and he ain't with that tranny shit and he ain't with all the same things Trump came in and said he not with, then I would have never had no problem with Biden because all white men, all of them are racist. Y'all talking all this personal shit. Oh, the women, he's racist, or he's tax fraud and all this. I don't care about that, bro. What's going to make it my life better in here? Who going to make my life better? And all these migrants in New York, because I have a lot of family in New York, when they cut my people off food stamps, last year, they cut my people off, and Biden was still giving the migrants welfare and food stamps. Yeah, I had a problem with that. I'm supposed to have a problem with that. What are y'all talking about? So I'm supposed to know. They know it comes with the babies dropping bombs on babies. That's a whole nother problem I have a problem with. I already said that multiple times. But right now we're talking about healthcare and we're talking about America.
BJ, and my perspective is that you're just wasting too much of your energy and time on acting like America is a third world country that needs to find the money, take it from somebody. America has the money. It's been had the money. Dedicate your time to trying to get Black Americans to benefit and to get these programs. You don't got to look for the money. The money is there. America is the number one superpower in the world.
Once again, comprehend this.
You're telling me you're so mad about the welfare they're getting. You're so mad about what your neighbor is getting. America got all that. Try to talk to your mayor, talk to your city, vote for the right people, and try to get America to use the plenty of money that it has, since it's apparently donating money, $2 billion to Jordan. The money has been there. You don't got to go look for it. You don't got to take it from the Mexican. It's like you only
comprehend this.
When you see the Mexican get it. The money has been there. Figure out why you're not getting it. You're not
comprehend this. Comprehend this. Whatever, man. Comprehend this. I've been saying this months ago when Biden was giving Israel $50 billion and Ukraine $30 billion. Kurt, didn't we speak about this? I said America is giving all this money to all these other countries, and we have homeless people here. I've been said that. You're a year late.
But then why are you so passionate about this immigration issue if you know you got the money anyway? Why are you so passionate like they taking the last slice of cake? Why are you acting like we in scarcity? We're not in scarcity. It's enough resources for everybody. I swear to God. Like what? Google it. The numbers don't lie. There's enough resources for everybody. You keep explaining your commitment to the illegal immigration issue as if we live in. I'm talking, BJ. You keep interrupting.
You're right. My fault.
You keep acting like it's the last slice of cake and we all gotta just divvy it up like we don't. The reason you're so committed to the immigration issue is because you think it's the reason your people aren't eating. And I'm telling you it's not. Figure out why your people aren't eating, because it's not the immigration. You're putting too much of your time on that. You're so busy with the immigration or with the gays. None of that shit is gonna help your people. I swear to you, none of that shit is gonna help your people. If you're
focused on helping your people, because let you tell you, your people is worse off than my people.
Obviously.
So focus on. Don't even worry about America. You hate America so bad. Don't even worry about America. What I'm gonna focus on and what I'm gonna talk about is what I'm gonna talk about. Fuck it. That's what I'm talking about. America has a lot of problems. America has a lot of issues.
Golden Silva about to get kicked out of this podcast if he says one more comment. You talk about my hearing and you can't even read my name. It's written on the screen. This commenter is
America has a lot of problems. A lot. That's not the only problem. I never said they're taking from us. Kurt, didn't I just say now we can hold them accountable because we watched them give all these people the stuff they should be giving Americans? Didn't I just say that? Now we can hold them accountable. We can hold them accountable. The same government. We can hold them accountable now. I just said that. I'm saying that. That's not the only problem America has. America has a lot of problems. A lot. That's just one of them. And the gays ain't the problem of Americans getting health care at all. But they wasting a lot of money on this tranny shit too. So if y'all could give these trannies free health care to get sex changes, y'all could give Mr. Lou that has cancer free health care too. That's just sense.
Well, see, that's one of the Democrats' talking points about, universal health care. We're one of the only industrial countries in this world that don't have free health care, because I believe, and this is just purely what I believe, that it should be a right to be healthy. We eat this food that they done put all kind of steroids in, because for the first time in my life, I seen a chicken leg look like it was a little boy's leg or something. They putting steroids in our food. They putting pesticides in our food. We should have a right to have free health care. Just like every politician, like Donald Trump, his wife, his kids, they have free health care. They don't even have co-pays. But they fighting over us trying to get some kind of health care that we can afford. That's crazy. All of that shit is propaganda and it's political. You politicize the Justice Department. You did politicize immigration. You politicize, let's focus on how this government is ran. Let's give everybody free health care. Well, BJ ain't got to come out of his pocket and pay for no health care because he should have a right to be healthy. eating this old fucked up food they got, half of us are sick. It's rare that any of us live past 70, 75. Look at all these young people dying from sickness and heart attacks at
Y'all ever think?
45.
Y'all ever think what giving up like free healthcare might do to our economy? That'd be a bunch of free ass doctors. I don't think that's good for
What up, Mo?
America. That don't
Why?
even
When they
sound right.
hey, listen. I went to the
America could give free. If Canada and everybody else could do it, America could do it too.
show can. And see,
That don't
Big
sound
Pharma,
this as easy as
Big
that.
Pharma
I'm
have
sorry.
made billions. I went to the emergency room, and when I looked at the itemized bill, they charged me almost $500 for a Band-Aid from where they drew blood.
If they got billions of dollars for all this other stuff, they got billions of dollars for the Americans. Word up.
Yeah.
But nobody cares about America. Nobody cares about America.
You know, I believe that we should have free health care. Politicians got it. So why is they saying it's an entitlement program? So they feel like they're entitled to get free health care for them, their wife, their kids, they get free health care. And y'all can fact check me on that. Every politician that's in office has free health care that the taxpayers pay for. So we paying for their insurance, their health insurance, and then we got to pay for our own.
Hey,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I want to get into this clip. This is Nadia's man. I was trying to get into it when Nadia was here. This is Nadia's guy right here though. She hate Andrew Tate, but this is her guy right here. Yeah.
Are your nails draft night ready?
They are simple black.
That's her boyfriend right here.
Suit.
The first time you ever painted your nails, when was that?
It was beginning of COVID. I saw Jordan Clarkson do it, and I decided to give it a try. The first color was lavender. It was the one I found in my mom's kit.
Favorite color to paint your nails?
I feel like when I was at Duke, it was blue. I go for black, usually black or white, just the simple colors. Go with every outfit.
Do you have any nails planned for after you're drafted?
I'll wait and see. I'm looking for an artist that can actually maybe draw the logo or something, so we'll see.
Oh, don't do Nadia. Oh, that ain't.
That's her man. She hate Andrew Tate, but that's her man right there.
Ain't he on the brink of being kind of sugary? I mean, and I could be profiling him or whatever, but he didn't seem real manly to me. Like
that's Nadia man right there.
She like
disgusting.
Derek, what up, Derek?
She like them little light skins. I didn't know whether he was black or what.
Didn't
Is he
the
black?
Gothic kids used to do that back in the day or something? Like the Gothic kids used to paint their fingernails and all that.
Yeah, the Gothic people, yeah, they do that now. Where that black eye look like clowns, you know, and black lipstick.
Would y'all paint y'all fingernails?
Hell no, BJ, man.
I can remember back in the days that some dudes used to put nail hardener on, but paint them colors and shit. No. That's going.
What on?
Like the nail hardener, it'd be real glossy.
Yeah, I know the athletes or whatever used to put the nail hardener on so that like when they play games or whatever,
it won't break their nails
off and then shit like that.
Yeah.
Don't that come with when you get a manicure?
Yeah,
you can.
In my life. I couldn't tell.
But I would never.
You got a manicure before.
Me either. I'd get me some fingernail clippers and clip them damn things myself, or bite them.
I just sent you something, bro.
You know, I don't think it's real manly for a man to be walking around with long ass nails.
No, it's just never been my thing. I know you're not supposed to bite your nails and all that, but I bite my shits. So.
You be having the munchies. That's all that is. I used to bite.
We spent 2 hours arguing about Americans wanting to do for America.
BJ, that was
America
you.
Wanting to do for Americans.
When you gonna have a handball tournament?
Kidding me? I ain't playing no basketball.
Derek said, "What's the difference between nail polish and earrings?"
Nothing.
I don't know, but I ain't got no earrings either.
A nose ring, nothing, none of that.
I had earrings.
I just didn't. I never seen that.
Yeah, I had earrings, and I had two.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't find nothing wrong with the earrings though. Tell you the truth.
Yeah.
men don't wear earrings.
Didn't me.
I guess.
Well,
I mean,
that comes from my age group. You know, we men didn't put earrings in and nose rings and all that.
nigga, y'all
You,
was wearing
You
female
lying
glasses
as
and
hell,
everything in
man.
your
Nigga.
age group. What
You
you talking
lying,
about? Y'all
Kurt.
niggas was
My
in love
uncle
with
had a
Prince.
fucking
What you talking
earring.
about? Prince was walking
The
around with his
loop
butt
shit
cut out his
too.
pants.
Yeah.
Prince ain't nowhere near my age. Prince is down there near y'all age. Them y'all people.
Nah.
Y'all 40, 50-year-olds. Back in
James Brown
in
was dressing crazy too.
but he wasn't wearing. He didn't have no earring.
He had on high heels.
What year you was born in, Kurt?
In 57,
Prince was born in 1958.
he was gay. Prince. So was Liberace, and so was Flip Wilson.
Prince was
It
born in
was.
1958. That's your generation. Prince wasn't gay.
Yeah, he was.
Nah, you can't get near a person to ever say Prince was gay.
That
Not one.
motherfucker.
They say
That
that
mother.
nigga
Not
he
one.
got the
Prince had plenty
baddest.
of women. Nobody ever said he was gay.
I mean, cause he got women don't mean he ain't gay.
They ain't got no. You can't just make him gay.
Can't just
Okay,
make him gay.
You just want
He
to make
look
him
it.
gay.
Wait, P. Diddy had a whole bunch of motherfucking women too.
P. Diddy played with them boys though. You got a lot of niggas that party with him and saw what he did, and you got testimony of what he done. Prince
Right.
ain't with that homo shit,
Mm-hmm.
and that's coming from people that hung with Prince and that know Prince.
He was just a player. He was just a pretty boy player.
Listen, man, y'all wore blouses back then. Y'all did.
That's
That was the thing. Y'all had Jerry curls. Are men supposed to wear Jerry curls?
And hell, all that chemical I never wore that. You know,
Your generation.
I was always like Isaac Hayes. You know, I liked it the bald headed. You know what
but
I'm
not for
saying?
nothing, not for nothing. Do every generation got one of those? A Prince. We could say your generation had Dennis Rodman. We could say the next generation had a Young Thug. We could say
Right.
we know each one of these niggas not gay, but they just did some real suspect
Yeah,
shit.
Little Richard and them
Shit.
definitely come from your
Yeah, Little Richard. Remember the guy named Flip Wilson? Real dark skinned guy. His name was Flip Wilson. He was Honey Baby Child and all that shit. Like, nigga.
Dennis Rodman. Dennis
HOU
Rodman
11
was paying the
confirming
shit
the
out of his
owner of
ass.
Trump Burger Restaurants, which has several locations in the Houston area, has been arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement and now faces deportation. ICE says Roland Biani, a 28-year-old from Lebanon, overstayed his visa after entering the U.S. back in 2019. He was taken into custody in May and is now out on bond as he awaits immigration proceedings. In a statement sent to KHOU 11, an ICE spokesperson told us, quote, under the current administration, ICE is committed to restore integrity to our nation's immigration system by holding all individuals accountable who illegally enter the country or overstay the terms of their admission. This is true regardless of what restaurant you own or political beliefs you may have.
They not picking and choosing, boy. That man got a Trump Burger restaurant.
Yo,
Wait,
you
but
got to give us a heads up before you just drop Trump Burger like that. You can't just drop Trump Burger
wait,
video without.
but listen to this. Now listen to the paradox of that. They arrested him. They let him out on bond. They ain't doing them other ones like that. They ain't getting out on no bond.
That's a fact.
They shipping them motherfuckers from the arresting officer in an hour. They be on an airplane gone somewhere.
That's a fact.
You know, but this person.
Listen, man. They might have made the phone call. Hey, man, we got one that was in support of you, though. He voted for you. What you want to do? Give him a bond. Give him a bed.
Just like
Trump Burger.
Hey, wait, just like that girl that they just got to do the testimony. If you say Trump, the name wasn't involved in that, we'll send you to a minimum security now.
See, but this is where black people should try to gain off of that. Cause me, the way I think, I'd have opened an Obama burger right across the street. Fuck it. If I had to do it, open, yeah, because I know how black people are. They're gonna come and support it just because. So yeah, this is where you kind of gotta like it. I
Don't
like
nobody want
what
no
you did.
Obama burger.
I'm not saying, but ignorant niggas gonna come out to be ignorant. So that's what I ain't got no time. I'm trying to play on people's morals to make dollars. So I understand the world. I don't care what y'all want to look at it. You like Trump burger, I open a Trump burger in the middle of Minnesota if that's what they want. I don't care where my
All right, love you
people
too, Karina.
morals align. I don't care. Y'all want to use all that shit? I'm trying to make money. I open an Obama thing right next door and be voting for Trump.
Safe flight, Karina. Play that one I just sent, Will. The last one, please. Obama burger versus Trump burger.
That might be a good idea. That might go viral.
They can't, you know what I mean? And that's she want to come up with Trump. That was her segment. You want me to say fuck America and focus on Palestine?
BJ, I don't want you to say
latest investment.
nothing.
A homeless shelter called Ace Space, which they're calling, quote, the country.
I've been listening to this whole shit. I just got nothing to say no more. You support the fucking people and I'm
Gave you a headache, man. What else do you want? What else?
What's so wrong about that?
Wait.
Why can't I support my people that's getting bombed right now and you support your people? And
I said I ain't had no problem with
Can we do that? Can we do that? I don't gotta love America. I can love my people and you can love your people. Can we do that?
I don't even love America.
Hey,
What are you talking about?
hey, Noah.
What's wrong with her?
Wait, hold on, Noah.
Fuck about America. But
Noah popped up. Boy, Noah popped up like Jack in the Box on your head.
She want me to love these. I never said I
don't
love
even
this
love these
motherfucker. I'm
niggas,
here.
man.
I'm stuck.
I'm here.
I don't
I'm
have
just
no
here.
place to go.
Don't love it. It's like you.
I
you
always
you
say,
feel
guess
like
what?
you feel about it. You're too
motherfuckers.
emotional, BJ.
Guess what? Oh, I'm the emotional
Yeah,
one.
you
Okay.
emotionally confused. That's the problem. At least I emotionally know where I stand. You emotionally confused. You can't even decide what you want to do about America.
I can't decide what.
And think about you and America and everything your people been through and everything you want from America right now. And think about your emotions and then come back to me because I got my emotions figured out and I can lay them out very easy. But you confused.
I got. She just gonna argue.
Boy, don't fuck with Noah. Leave her alone
Go
now.
ahead, Will. I'm not. Fuck that.
She will cut your ass.
A city-funded shelter dedicated to serving and supporting transgender and gender nonconforming individuals experiencing homelessness. And the price tag for taxpayers? A reported $63 million per year.
Y'all give BJ
So I guess
all
we don't
the
care
ammo
about
he
this
needed.
neither, right? We
Y'all
don't
give
care about
BJ
this neither.
all
New
the
York
ammo
City
he
opens
need, bro.
homeless shelters for trans people, costing taxpayers $63 million a year. So forget the military vets and the regular Americans that's homeless, but y'all gonna open a shelter for the trans people. It's just a clip I saw. I ain't got no comment, man. What y'all think?
That's disgusting.
I
It's
think
not the fact that they gave. Why can't it just be any people? Why does it have to be trans people specifically? Why can't it be any people?
all the people. Right. That's what I mean by fix the government. It's supposed to be a United States. It should be about not just one particular people. Everybody that's here, make it
That's
better
what makes
for
it disgusting.
everybody. That's
I don't
what
care
it's
that
disgusting.
it's trans or whatever. It's just disgusting
Nah,
that
we
y'all
only care
singling
about
us.
look. Americans are so messed up. She talking about me. Americans are so messed up. We only care about immigration. We only care about immigrants, helping the immigrants, and helping the trannies. That's
And
all
the
we
rich.
care about. If
And
they're
the
not
rich.
immigrants or they're not trannies, we don't care about them. You got to be a tranny to get help. You got to be a tranny or immigrant.
If somebody fake
Bring your
being a
punk ass back in here.
transsexual, if somebody fake being a transaction, if somebody's fake being a transsexual to get all these benefits, is it fraud?
Who?
If somebody fake being a transsexual to get all of these benefits, would it be fraud?
How can you fake that?
That's where I was gonna get at. Like, how could
All
you
I gotta
fake
do
it?
is
Like,
say I identify as a woman.
that's all I gotta say. That's wild.
That's all I gotta
Wow. That's wild. I don't know.
I do think that, even though I feel like a person could be whatever it is they want, they have taken, it's just like back in the 70s when, the liberation movement went on.
Excuse me.
You know what I'm saying? Women wanted these rights and they wanted them. They wanted the same paying jobs, but they didn't want to do the same amount of work. I had women that came into my field, driving forklift, but they didn't want to do that hard ass work. You know what I'm saying? But some of these programs, why are we creating a homeless shelter just for homosexual people? All of the homelessness. It should
America
be.
only cares about trannies and immigrants. Like, no.
But you forgot one group. They also care. They also care about the rich and the ultra rich, because that's where all of the money is going. All of the job, that money is going in their pocket. If they saying, okay, America got these $100 billion in tariffs from this country, that country. Okay, if we got that money, where it's at?
No, did you see the clip I played of Nadia's boyfriend?
The thing that you just played?
No, Nadia's boyfriend with the fingernail polish.
No. No, I think I was in the bathroom.
Oh, here you go, though. But this is what I'm going to do, Noah. I'm going to contact Candace and tell her, what you call it?
BJ, I've been
I'ma
with
just tell
Candace.
her
I like
gracefully
80%
bow
of
out.
Candace's opinions.
I'm going to tell Candace she needs to gracefully bow out and leave this fight alone. I'm going to tell her to stop fighting the good fight. Go ahead, Will.
No, because Israel's controlling our government. So no, the answer is no. Trump is powerless against him. I don't think we've been a sovereign nation since they shot JFK. And when I say they, it's like people online say, what do you mean by they? I'm talking about Israel. I don't want you guys to read in between. I'm talking about Israel. So let's stop making that a taboo subject, because they've gone mask down. Everything they're doing is demonic. I want nothing to do with it. I will never support Israel into the future after what they've done to these children. The starvation campaign. I don't care. I do not support Israel. And I don't think that Jewish Americans should support Israel. And I hope that they're now having those conversations. I see many of them recognizing that they have been propagandized into believing they have to support this demonic state. Allowing your identity to shape your morality is problematic. Okay. And Israel, in and of itself, is the demonic nation. I will never support Israel. Just look at the footage of what they are doing. They're playing Hunger Games and throwing food at them and then killing people and seeing who survives. It's just at your fingertips. You have to take a look at what Israel is doing.
Yeah, I got to contact her.
Wow.
BJ, what am I being punished for supporting
Noah
my
don't
people?
gives a fuck.
What am I being punished for? Tell me.
No, I don't give a fuck.
What am I being because I said that I don't give a fuck about people talking and tweeting?
Yeah.
Because I was talking about you. You want me to praise you for everything you say about Hitler, when in the same podcast episode you talk about refugees got to go back because they're just causing an economic problem, as if they're not fleeing from starvation. You talk about they got to go back, they're causing economic problem. It's not enough. Nobody gives a fuck about economic problems when people are dying. That's what you don't get. It's like, I don't understand what you're not understanding. That's why I don't care about you saying, oh, Hitler was right, Israel was wrong, whatever. You're still not getting it. You're still acting like refugees is just an economic problem. Like it's not a life or death problem. That's my problem.
I
And I don't know
understand
why
why you don't get it, because you're not American, so you won't get it. That's fine. Just like I
what
won't
am I not going to get? That refugee crisis is more than an economic problem? That's what I'm not going to get?
I sat here and was quiet while you spoke. Just like I won't get you saying you don't give a fuck about the economy of America and all that when you're concerned about the bombs being dropped on your country, which is cool. I don't have no problem with how you feel, but I feel like America is overcrowded, like your country, like Jordan got overcrowded. I feel like we're overcrowded, and we need to get rid of some of these immigrants that came, the migrants that came in 2023. I'm not going to change my stance on that. They need to go back. And that's one of the problems America has. That is a huge problem because America spent a lot of money on that. A lot. Billions with a B. You know what I mean? That's not the only problem we have. We have a lot. And I've been saying, you don't have to praise me for nothing. I don't want you to praise me for nothing. I wasn't saying that to make you happy. I wasn't saying, I wasn't talking about Israel for you.
I know, but you always want to bring it up.
I do God's work on this show. Feel me, Will? We doing God's work. The Jews demonic. Hitler, niggas got to reevaluate what Hitler. The more I listen to Hitler and check old footage out about Hitler, I feel like we got to reevaluate the stance that people took against Hitler. I don't agree with Hitler putting them in concentration camps and killing the Jews. I don't agree with that neither. But he had a point. He had a point. Now I'm seeing it because the Jews are, especially them Zionist Jews, they very demonic. When you could just kill babies, they're demonic. That's what I'm saying. And I'm also gonna blame Hamas though. Your people that threw a rock and hit their hand. Now you can't even find Hamas. Where Hamas at? Shouldn't they be fighting back? Where Hamas at, Kurt? Why they not coming out with the guns ready to protect their people?
Because they are a small militant group and they can't compete against a superpower.
Then they should have never went over there. They should have never went over there and did what they did in October.
What should they have done? Just got killed for life? Just stayed there, sitting there, taking bomb after bomb? Because the last bomb before 2023 was 2022.
So what was the benefit of them going over there in October
people
doing
like
what they
you
did?
know what Palestine is. Now people like you know that babies' heads get blown up. Because before that, ain't nobody ever fuck. Candace Owens was not saying a word about Palestine until Hamas did that. That's why.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me.
Hold on. Let's stay on this point. So it's cool for Hamas to go over there and kill women and children, right? We can't say that they're wrong. But Hamas is cool for Hamas to go over there so the world can see that Israel is gonna bomb women and children and babies and shit. That's dumb as hell.
Israel has been bombing. That's the difference.
Dumb as hell,
it's called self-defense, BJ. When your people have been getting bombed for 200 years. When we were talking about the
self-defense is not dropping over in parachutes, killing women and children.
Did I ever say that I'm against violence used by the Black Panthers? Did I ever say that? I agree that resistance.
I didn't need you to say it. I didn't need you to say it. I said they was wrong.
Has to be violent. When your people are getting killed, resistance has to be violent. Nobody ever talked their way out of a war. Nobody ever talked their way out of a rocket. You keep talking about the Arabs allowed this, the countries allowed America. Nobody allowed shit. Iraq didn't allow the rockets to come. Palestine didn't allow the rockets to come. Nobody asked us if we were going to allow it or not. So the fact that you're saying that obviously Hamas isn't allowed to kill women or children just to say that this is how America's going to react. They were just trying to say this is what has been happening for the past 80 years, and they haven't been able to defend themselves because they're not allowed to be a country. Because they're not a country, they don't have a military, they don't have an elected government. Because they're denied that right. Because countries like the UK just came out 5 days ago and said we'll recognize Palestine as a state if Israel doesn't agree to a ceasefire. Like, we're not even recognized as a thing. Like, do you understand why we had to do what we did?
And what I understand is Hamas went over there and did what they did, and Israel reacted doing what they're doing and what they've been doing. They're overkilling. That's an overkill. I understand all that. And when you bring the Black Panthers up, I'm also the nigga that sat here and said the Black Panthers was wrong. The Black Panthers didn't win nothing. You don't prove nothing by going out there and getting your people killed. Stupid. That don't prove nothing. Hamas is stupid for doing that. That was dumb. Black Panthers was dumb when the Black Panthers went out and decided to shoot at the police. That was dumb. Because now all they did was come in there and kill all your leaders while they were asleep. America been playing this game with their own American people.
And see, this is where I differ on a lot of that issue about even with that. Okay, what Hamas did was atrocities, but it's just like if America does something to somebody, why they gonna come kill me? Why you gonna come kill my kids? I don't have nothing to do with what my government does. Israel is killing those people that ain't got nothing to do. I mean, Hamas is erected militant group that they
Hamas went over there and killed them people, then went underground, they ran underground and gave the hostages back. They're cowards.
Them are the same.
The Black Panthers went out to die. The black one thing about the Black Panthers, they went all the way to death.
That's all I was to say.
Hamas should have went all the way to death. Then. Why y'all gonna go over there, kill them people, take hostages, run underground just to give the hostages back and get millions of your people killed?
To trade them for
make
hostages.
That make sense. But Noah's gonna find a way to make that make sense. Go ahead.
It's very simple. It's very common sense.
Very simple, common sense.
These
Listen to this.
hostages, and then they traded them for 16-year-old Palestinians that were arrested with no charges for throwing rocks at tanks, because that was their only military before. Children throwing rocks at tanks, and that was they would put you in jail without anything, and that was our hostages. So when Hamas took hostages, what did they do? They didn't just give back the hostages; they traded them. And they got Palestinian prisoners as young as 16 or 15 years old out of prison that were called prisoners when they were in fact hostages because there was no charges against them. But you want to act like they just took the hostages, killed people, and then returned them. Do your fucking research.
The whole thing is this.
Oh, hold on. How many Palestinians? How many Palestinians or people being killed in Gaza so far since October?
Every figure is different, between 400,000 to between 200,000 to 500,000.
Okay, so what I'm saying don't make no sense, but it makes sense for Hamas to go over there and kill a couple of maybe 100 people, or how many people they killed,
mostly military.
to come back with hostages, right? To go underground to give the hostages back for some 16-year-olds that threw rocks to get 500,000, 600,000 people killed.
They was gonna get killed anyway. No matter how long it took, they were getting killed anyway.
That makes a lot of sense. You right, no.
BJ, read the casualties per year. You gonna act like this is the first time this many Gazans have been killed.
Read it to me. I don't know. All right.
What's
the casualties in 2023?
Okay. How many people got?
Noah's a soldier. How is Noah a soldier? Noah's just talking. How is Noah a soldier? How?
BJ, your mom said Noah's a soldier.
I don't his mom over this. This man's crazy.
I know who said it. I could read, nigga. I don't care who said it. How is she a soldier? She's just talking. No, matter of fact, she could be a soldier. She could be a soldier. That's fine. I'm thinking from a leader's perspective. Always. I'm not gonna lead my people into that. That's dumb. Go over there, kill a couple of hundred, if they even reach the 100. Take some hostages, go underground, and get 500,000 of my people killed. And that's what man, come on, bro. Come on. These are not leaders speaking. And those are bad leaders. And Hamas is cowards.
They're not our leaders, and
they should have found a way to get Netanyahu. Kill him.
If it was that easy, it would have been done.
Kill him.
Let me say this. You know,
y'all strap a bomb and do anything else? Somebody should have strapped a bomb and took one. Really, where's the real soldiers at? They strap bombs up and kill innocent people too, because y'all got innocent blood on y'all hands too.
Well, listen to this.
Not innocent. Everybody got innocent blood on it. Everybody got innocent blood on their hands. Everybody.
Every war.
Everybody.
Every war.
And then when I want to compare things, you tell me I can't compare, but it's very important to compare because 3,000 casualties isn't the same as 1.2 million.
Hold on. So you got the casualties for 2023?
A lot of people got different amounts of blood on their hands.
You got the casualties for 2023?
It's loading.
Listen to this. And I don't know how political you all have been for years. I can remember when, who was it? Yasser Arafat was the leader of the Palestine Liberation Organization. They assassinated him. Israel assassinated him, and they erected the Hamas people.
Exactly.
To combat ISIS, because that's what America created. Oh, they terrorists. So Hamas, we gonna consider you as the resistance. Hamas was erected by the Israeli government, and now they're using that same government or them same militias to kill innocent Palestinians.
Netanyahu put Hamas in charge.
Who?
Netanyahu put Hamas in charge.
Exactly. Okay. They killed the Palestine Liberation Organization leader, which was Yasser Arafat. Okay. They killed him.
So they killed their own people.
No.
Israel killed the Palestine Liberation Organization's president or leader at the time.
And then put Hamas in charge.
And then they put Hamas, and Hamas is still trying to move on the two-state solutions. Recognize Palestine as a government, let them get their own army, you know what I'm saying? And they can live separate from Israel. Israel don't want that. Israel is a demonic state. They want to, what they're doing to the Palestinians is the same thing that they say Hitler did to the Jews. And then they want to put it on picture. Oh, well, they starving because of Hamas. No,
everybody's done it. Everybody's done it.
They're starving because of the propaganda program that Israel is pushing on them Palestinian people.
Right. Everybody has done it. I know that. Everybody has.
Yeah,
everybody took a turn in oppression and war and conquering. Everyone.
But see, the Jews want us to recognize, and we can't say nothing against the Jewish state because then I forgot the word they use. That's really the same thing as being racist.
But I say it. Candace has millions of followers, and she say it all the time.
Yeah,
but we don't get recognized for that.
After Hamas, she started saying that after Hamas for what they did.
No, they don't give a fuck. But you got DJ Khaled over here, multi-millionaire. He ain't say shit about Palestine. He don't say nothing about his people. You got trillionaire Arabs and Palestinians and all that that's filthy rich off of oil and gas. They not saying nothing. They not doing nothing.
And you know why? Because if they do, then the American and this whole propaganda machine will consider them terrorists. Oh, we're terrified of y'all when it's really the opposite. See, falsehood is truth reverse. They playing mind. This government is playing mind games with the people.
Man, all they got to do is put their money behind Russia, China, and whoever else that hate, and all the other countries that hate America. That's all. If they really cared. If they really cared.
Iran did, and America still came and bombed their ass.
Iran did what?
Put their trust in Russia and China and China. Because they don't really deal with America and the Brits and stuff. Okay. You know, they get a lot of like their military machines from China and Russia. But that still don't stop that propaganda machine that America be running. Russia, Israel, they are some wicked individuals. And that plays all the way back before the war on drugs or the World Trade Center, when the Shah of Iran left Iran and took all of those trillions of dollars out of their economy and came to America. When America asked for their money back, America was like, well, we don't know. The Shah of Iran died mysteriously. But they don't know where all the money at, and that's when they took the embassy in Tehran hostage with all those Marines.
Hey, Suleiman said Palestinians supported Nelson Mandela in South Africa during the apartheid of white supremacy. Same thing we must do today is support those who are oppressed by Israel, who are not original Semitic. That's true. Those Muslim countries are not helping their people. Palestinians supported Nelson Mandela in South Africa. Okay, so. He still went to jail. He still went to jail for 20-something years of his life. Came home, had no power, no nothing. I don't really even think that's true.
I'll say the thing about Candace Owens.
But Suleiman, you're American. So remember that. Let me just say that. Suleiman, you're American. You're a Muslim American. Just remember that. That's what I would say to that comment. No, you got them statistics yesterday? I mean, yeah.
DJ, when I look up the statistics, it's saying there's 20,000 people that died in 2025. It's bullshit. There's no, it's like.
No, I want to know the statistics that you said every year before this shit happened with Hamas. Let's start with 2023.
All right, and I'm telling you, only the last major war that happened was 2015. The last major war.
It should be somebody getting. We don't need a war. It should have been some deaths happening over here.
It involved about 60,000 deaths. But it's like every report telling me something different. I just opened this website. I went through this whole pie chart about kids that whatever. And it's like, it's just telling me it's 2023. It's saying it's 20,000, which we know is objectively wrong because they just came out with statistics for this war. But it's like the old wars weren't being monitored like that. Who was releasing those statistics? Israel. So show me one website that
African Americans don't know their history, so that's why we sound stupid speaking on the topic. Which topic?
A lot of them.
Which topic?
Talk about you, not generally. Which comment was that? What are you talking about?
No, I'm waiting on the statistics. I'm speaking with common sense.
Nobody was counting it. Like before 2023, nobody was counting how many Palestinians was dying. What's so hard to understand about that? Nobody was counting it.
So there's no record of any Palestinians dying before Hamas went over there and did what they did.
There is, obviously there is, but it's the figures from Israel.
Just give me whatever you see then.
All right, I told you 2015, 60,000. 2015.
2015?
Yes.
They went all the way back 10 years ago. That's it.
Because there's no other data for this, BJ. You're talking like such an American. Like we have all these like labor bureau of statistics. BJ,
Suleiman, remember, you're American Muslim. You're not Palestinian. You're not. They will not accept you. You're American.
I don't
Remember
care
that.
about being accepted. BJ, there's no bureau of statistics in war-torn countries. There's no statistical supervisor. There's none of that.
Oh,
Okay, nobody.
So you said, all right. So in 2015, what happened? Who 60,000? You said.
Yes, and then like if you go to every major war, 1967, 1945, 2015, 2009, the Jenin Cap, like there's been over 20 wars since 1948. Like, look it up. I just can't find
I want you to tell us about African American history. Not you, Noah. I'm talking to.
Oh, I swear to God, I thought it was me. I left my camera off. DJ, you have one.
What?
Davon wants to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
No, I'm talking to Solomon. How do you say your name? I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Suleiman.
Solomon. Yeah, tell me about African American history. I want to hear it from your mouth. That's what I want.
Suleiman head.
Yeah, I want to hear it from African American history from his mouth. I would love to hear it.
Yeah, that person need to call in because I'd like to hear this.
BJ, can you see this?
No, I'm not even looking at
All right, this is a chart from 2008 until 2020, estimating Palestinian deaths versus Israeli. 2008, there's 3,200 Palestinians dead, 800 Israeli. 2009, there's 7,500 Palestinians dead, 90 Israelis. 2010, there's 1,700 Palestinians. 2011, there's 2,300. 2012, there's 5,000. 2013, there's 4,000. 2014, there's 27,000. 2015, there's 20,000. 2016, there's 4,000. 2017, there's 9,000. 2018, there's 32,000. 2019, there's 16,000. 2020, there's 3,000. And you want to tell me, why did Hamas kill 2,000 people? Why did they do it? Why wouldn't they just?
No, I didn't say why. I said
take it.
I didn't say that, man. God damn, bro. What's wrong with you?
Try again. Say it again. Try again. Maybe I'll get it now.
I'm glad you came up with a fancy name for African. That's not what I asked you. I want to tell me about African American history. Don't tell me about pre-African American history or wherever you're from. Tell me about African American history. You're telling me about your ancestors. I don't care about your ancestors. Tell me about our history.
Yeah, let me get back to this chat. What's my African is very rigid. Which history are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Slavery? What are you talking about?
What you talking about?
They be trying to defend North so much, man. They be talking out of pocket. They be out of pocket trying to defend North. No, wrong. Nor is right. Nor is right in the sense of being who she is. But she's wrong in telling me what I am and how I'm acting. She's wrong.
Facts. Y'all people, it'd be crazy how we can't tell no other culture how to be, but everybody else can tell us how to be black.
Everybody can say what America needs, how stupid Americans are, how we the worst country when it comes to healthcare. We got all this homelessness. We got gang violence. We're the worst country in the world. Anybody can come over here and tell us this. And then we got Americans that jump on that bandwagon. Oh, yeah, man, because America, nigga, America was done. We were done the worst by America before anybody. We can't do anything about it. We can't.
I sit back and look at all these people. I be seeing that This is crazy.
You want
I'm
to talk
sitting there
about
looking.
babies? They took slave babies and used them as alligator bait. You want to talk
I be
about
seeing
babies?
all these
This was
dudes that
recent. This
I
was
be seeing them watching all
200
these
years
people
ago,
have
100 years ago, 200 years ago. They was using black babies as alligator bait.
I be
You make
watching
fun
these
of me
people
when I
who
get
have
too
no
much extreme
disabilities,
tackle.
no felonies on their record, nothing to hold them back, and be in the same spot in life that I am. And I be like, yo, I ain't been foster care, disability, this and problem do that, and still, and you in the same boat as me, and you ain't had none of those issues. It drive me crazy. Drive me crazy, man. I don't know me. I be thinking I could learn anything at any stage.
Because the Haitians fought back and fought for their freedom and killed them people. They keep their foot on Haiti. They keep their foot on Haiti. Nobody talk about that. Trump just tried to get rid of all the Haitian immigrants that came over here on the temporary visa thing. And I was against that. And I called my man immediately. When I saw that, I called my man, yo, you see what they talking about? Da, 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 da. Immediately. Come on, bro. Crazy. I'm for me and mines, man. But once I feel like you don't give a fuck about me, all right, cool. Or mine's cool. That's fine. I get it.
Did you vote for Trump?
I don't vote at all.
I don't vote at all. I would never vote.
I would never vote. I would never be a part of this shit.
Never.
So if Americans
all
think
y'all.
it's their country, why you just went on this rant about how other people talk about America? Many Americans talk about America the same way. You said, oh, Americans jump on the bandwagon. You jumping on the bandwagon too.
I'm not jumping on.
bandwagon.
Yeah, I won't jump on that bandwagon because I'm American, regardless of what. I'm stuck here. We are stuck
Did you
here.
hear what Candace Owens just said? People that let their identity shape their morality are like, I don't know what the word she used
My
was.
morality ain't in check because I've been saying the same
You're
thing
American.
Candace
That don't
Owens
have
just
nothing to do
said.
with your morality.
Israel is demonic. I've been saying that. That don't have nothing to do with my morality, but that don't change the fact that I'm American and I live here and I'm stuck here. I don't have a passport to go here. I can't go to Jordan. I'm not leaving anyway. My family here. I'm not leaving. I'm here. It is what it is. And I'm a convicted felon, so I can't even go to Canada.
And I can't understand nowhere else. So
And I don't want to go nowhere and be a black American over there, and people hate me for being that anyway. Imagine me in Jordan, and
Y'all be making
I'm a
it seem
Yankee.
like we just hated in America. Blacks is hated everywhere we go.
Nah, I stick it out right here. At least I know who my enemies are. I stay right
I hate
here and
us
stick
no
it out
matter
right
where
here.
we go.
But I'm not gonna jump on that bandwagon. Oh, America. We already know America is dirty. America, this is built off of blood. My people blood. I know
And
that already.
everybody after slavery was pussy.
What happened?
You said all the people after slavery who created this, that, and the third. Everybody after slavery was pussy.
Well, read that for me. Read that. I can't see it. You see it, Davon?
I read it. African American post-slavery history was full of ordinary and brilliant inventors who built this country and specialized in all areas and expertise, including science, mathematics, and astrology.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, man. And you know what's crazy? You say astrology. I listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson all day. He's the biggest astrologer in the world. I love physics. That's all quantum physics, all that. That's what I listen. That's my expertise. But no, that doesn't have nothing to do with the price of tea in China. America's so that's why I always say there'll be BJ cleared it up for me. I used to say it won't be another black leader. No, American black leader. It will never be another one of us.
Listen,
you
man,
nigga,
this what it boils down to. People just be talking, bro. Noah's just talking. Kurt is just talking. Because if it was in their hands to really be out there and have a gun in their hand and to really do what they doing, what these people are forced to do, I would like to see that. I'm not gonna be with that. If I had the power, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see how it makes sense. But I'm the crazy one. I don't see how it makes sense for Hamas to go over there, kill a handful of people compared to what Israel killed, kill a handful of people, take the hostages, give the hostages back, just for them to. They still bombing people over there. I don't see how that makes sense.
Listen, I keep trying to make this point. I don't know if you understand. Hamas was not for the whole idea of the Hamas organization was to destroy the idea of a two-state solution. Hamas was erected so that Israel could be justified in what it is they're doing.
So you're saying Hamas is with Israel?
Hamas, they were the ones that made the agreement when America made all of those agreements with Afghanistan and Iraq that they was coming to get terrorists. Hamas was erected. They killed Yasser Arafat.
See, this is all the BJ. This is all the BJ.
Israel.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I believe they are a prop or a plant so that they can have justification to bomb that area and move those people. Get the, because they want the Palestinians out. I don't, because any other people, whether it's Iran or Afghanistan, they gonna fight to the death because they fighting for a cause. Hamas did this demonstration, or they say this demonstration, against all the intelligence that Israel had and America had, and then all of a sudden they bombing hospitals and schools and this and that. Hamas was erected by Netanyahu's government.
All right, so you're saying Hamas is with Israel. We gotta get to Hamas is with Israel. All right, cool.
It's a whole propaganda program to either kill off them people, make them become immigrants, and move them out of that land and create a one-state Israel.
Okay,
it's wicked.
So all right, well, that makes more sense than anything else. Tell Noah that. Tell the soldier that. Hamas is actually your people is down with Israel. Tell Noah that. That makes more sense than Hamas being for the people. That make more sense to me than that. And Suleiman came back with every soul will answer for their choices on this earth. You being a leader of the so-called free world don't relieve you from judgment by Allah. Okay.
I get there when I get there.
Okay. All right. Tell that to Noah. Noah don't want to hear that shit. Hold on, Noah. Hold on. Let me read this to you. Tell me how you feel. Every soul will answer for their choices on earth. You being a leader of the so-called free world don't relieve you from your judgment by Allah. So at the end of the day, Noah, you don't have nothing to worry about. When they go see Allah, they going to hellfire. Relax.
How is that supposed to bring me any sort of relief for my current existence?
I don't know. That's your brother. That's your
yeah, I understand that'll bring me relief at some point. But humans are evolved enough to have developed something called a conscience. I answer to my choices every night because I've developed a conscience, and I think a lot of other people have. And that's why we shouldn't just wait to answer for our choices in the afterlife. We should answer for our choices every week and every month and every year, because that's what differentiates us from lesser developed animals.
Hey, Kirk said Hamas
and
is working for Israel.
What I said is Hamas was erected after they killed Yasser Arafat. The Israeli government agreed with them. I guess that was to fight against ISIS. And now that agenda, or that the look for whatever they was looking for over there in Iraq, are trying to create so much havoc in the Middle East, Hamas is no longer relevant for Israel to continue to move forward, because at one point, Yasser Arafat had got to the point where they were getting ready to reach a two-state solution. They assassinated him, just like they did with Muammar Gaddafi. They assassinated him, and they erected Hamas as the leader of Palestine.
Hey, yo, so
As
look,
a scapegoat, so people like BJ can criticize Hamas and act like Hamas is the problem. That's exactly why Hamas was created. So people like you 20 years later could come and say, but look at Hamas, they're crazy. Because back then, the PLO, Yasser Arafat, all he was doing was talking, and he was getting heard, and people was listening to him. But they had to create something that Americans would then say, all right, but wait, look at what they're doing. They got these crazy whatever. How did they choose the people for Hamas? It was a Islamic fundamentalist group. They were they were the closest they could find to ISIS, something that they knew Americans would detest and reproach and find reprehensible. So that's exactly why it works, BJ, because
so you
even
don't
though
like
you know the
Hamas
story,
neither?
you still criticize Hamas as if Hamas reflects Palestine, when Hamas was just a scapegoat built by Israel. So that
you
people
don't like
could-
Hamas neither?
No, I don't like Hamas, but I understand that they were our only fighting chance because Israel shaped it to be that way.
So
They were our only chance.
I'm confused. Is Hamas fighting for you guys, or are they an excuse?
They were an excuse, but ultimately they were an excuse that was built as this is who, like, obviously the people that are part of Hamas, they're very they're crazy. Like, I don't believe in any of their mentality. I would never elect that. No Palestinian would ever elect them. They've never been elected. But it's like they were set up to be Palestinians' only fighting chance. So that's why Palestinians have no choice. But if you didn't have a government, you didn't have a military, you didn't have nothing. But there was this one population that one group of people, one militant group that had weapons that was allegedly there to support you, and then they were killing your enemy. Who would you support, BJ?
So if you was the leader of Hamas,
if
you was the leader of Hamas, what would you do? If you was the leader of Hamas, what would you have done?
I personally, when I saw that Hamas did what they did, I thought that they had secured an excellent ally, a secret excellent ally that has provided them with enough funding. Some country in the Gulf.
Who's the ally? Secret, incredible.
Like some country in the Gulf that was going to support them, that was going to fund them, that was going to give them a real fighting chance with longevity, a sustainable fighting chance.
What country?
A country in the Gulf, the actual oil countries. You talk about Palestinians or trillionaires with oil, but there ain't no Palestinians that got trillionaire oil money. The Gulf countries got oil money. The United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, those countries. Okay. I thought that perhaps because a lot of them did end up fleeing to these countries, the Hamas leaders. I thought that they had secured some sort of support, but of course Saudi Arabia still has to, and the United Arab Emirates still has to cater to America. So that's why I thought it was just some sort of secret funding treaty from some Arab billionaire, trillionaire that has oil money that was going to allow them to continue this war. That's when I believe, okay, you should fight. But it's like I wouldn't have started a fight just to kill 2,000 people and then back out and leave the entire country to just, fall apart.
Will, can you pull that last comment up, please? I want Noah to read this one.
Black people are the original people of the scriptures, and Palestinians are from us. We was no Americans, but for 150 years we've been Akabulinian for thousands of years. I don't know what Palestinians are from us means. What does that mean?
That's why I let Noah read it.
What does that mean? Like
I don't know. Suimal, what does that mean?
Like descendants? I don't know. I got probably like 15% African blood in me, but I also got 50% Italian.
And that's too much.
So I don't know.
That's too much. It should be more like 3%.
Yeah, Suleiman just been proving he know all his history today.
I'm about to look that up. I'm about to see.
I'm trying to tell him. You're an American Muslim, man.
What?
You're an American Muslim. Noah don't want to hear that shit.
I don't care. I just don't know about it.
We descendants of y'all. Get out of here.
Just geographically, it's not making sense to me. Like just
Get
the
him,
geography.
He ain't making sense. Get him, Noah.
I'm not attacking this man. I'm just not getting it. Why? What you got against Palestinians?
Get him, Noah. That's all I'm gonna say.
But what?
I don't believe that shit neither, no.
When Golden Silva was wilding out on me in the comments, nobody was trying to get him. Talk about I don't know what
I seen it later. She said she leaving before she get blocked.
Who was that? That was a girl?
She got on the flight. She gone.
That was a girl?
Yeah. That's Karina. Big sis. But
BJ, you a fool, boy. That boy.
I need my family in the comments.
BJ is off the rails sometimes. You know, you got to put some guardrails up for him.
I don't see why.
He's been. I'm about to say
I
he's
haven't
been
said
now
nothing
minute. He's been
crazy
chilling.
out
He
the
ain't
way.
nothing crazy.
Nothing.
BJ, when you
I've
ain't.
seen BJ say some crazy shit. He's been mild mannered. I'm
Hey,
telling y'all.
somebody told me to listen to BJ, and he sound like Uncle Ruckus on the Boondock.
That's the Uncle Ruckus is the coon nigga, right?
Layman is onto something.
I don't know. I ain't never seen it.
I think Uncle Ruckus is
Yeah,
the
it's
one
the
with that
coon.
one
He's the
eye,
coon.
with
He's the
one
one
eye.
eye.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
the coon nigga.
Let me retract that. Somebody just told me that he sound like Uncle Ruckus. I was like, I ain't never seen it because I don't look at TV like.
Hold on, this is another black person somewhere in Kurt's world that looks at me as a coon like Uncle Ruckus.
You ain't nothing
Somehow
like
I'm a
Uncle
coon.
Ruckus. You ain't
Again.
nothing like Uncle Ruckus.
And
Nothing
everybody be coming to me talking about yo, take it easy.
But
nobody sees when I get attacked.
Hey, but BJ,
Nobody sees when I get attacked. I get attacked up here. I've been called coon, unintelligent, all types of shit. I keep it pushing. I don't say nothing.
Listen,
I laugh.
to my defense, I don't even know who Uncle Ruckus is. I've never looked at.
I ain't talking about you.
Yeah, but whoever said it,
But
they call you a coon.
knows who Uncle Ruckus is.
I'm gonna have to.
Whatever podcast they done seen or whatever they done watched, they feel like I'm like Uncle Ruckus. Of all the characters in the Boondocks, I sound like Uncle Ruckus. Okay.
No,
what is ain't the Boondock? Ain't that a cartoon or something?
Go ahead, Noah.
Yeah, you more like Riley or something like that. Man. Nah, it ain't.
Black
it ain't
people
Uncle
don't.
Ruckus.
Black people. Most of the time, I don't really listen to black people.
Wait, I'm gonna have to check them because
Text them. Text them right now and see what they say. What you meant by Uncle Ruckus? Ask them what I said that made them think I sound like Uncle Ruckus. Go ahead, Noah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll call you and tell you.
Huh?
Suleiman was onto something. I researched what he was talking about, and apparently that's why I have 15% African DNA. It's saying that genetic studies show detectable sub-Saharan African ancestry in modern Palestinians from ancient and medieval contact because trade routes through Gaza connected Sudan, East Africa, ancient Egypt, and Nubia. And that's how sub-Saharan African genetics got mixed with Palestinian ancestry.
No, that's the truth for everybody.
11th century before Christ.
That's the truth for
Everyone
everybody.
comes from Africa.
I know, but I'm just
I was just talking. Everyone comes from Africa.
Yeah, I'm just explaining the concept of Palestinians coming from there. But it goes back to 11th before Christ.
Cause let Dawood and them tell it. The first Arabs were the Moors.
The who?
The Moors. The black Africans, the Muslim Africans, Mansa Musa.
From Spain.
The richest man in the world.
Yeah, from Spain.
I don't think Mansa Musa was from Spain.
They was from Spain. They were Spanish. The original Moors are supposedly,
You mean the North African Muslims?
The original Moors.
No, you're talking about Andalus, like the parts of Spain and Portugal that were called the Andalus when,
Everybody's from Pangea, man. That one continent. And we was all there together. Pangea, Africa, right in the middle of that.
Where did the Moors come from?
Morocco, Algeria, Mauritania, and parts of Tunisia.
That's the Moors?
Yeah. They're the Berber. They're originally referred to as the Berber people of North Africa, indigenous to present-day Morocco, Algeria, Mauritania, and parts of Tunisia, all Arab countries.
Yeah, let Kurt tell it. They from Spain.
We from Brazil.
No, I'm telling you what
Kurt tell it. From Brazil, Davon.
No, what Kurt is saying is that
Kurt want to be Spanish so bad. First he was
Turkey Indian. Yeah, fucking guys.
Now he want to be Brazilian.
Listen, over time, more in European history came to mean Muslims from North Africa, especially those who ruled parts of Spain and Portugal, between brackets Al-Andalus, from
Right.
700 to 1490 CE. They ruled Spain at some point, like the Moors.
They conquered Spain.
They went and
They
civilized Spain.
they went and conquered Spain. Where
They
they
went and
from and what
they went
they
and
did is
civilized
two
Spain.
different
I don't even want
things.
to say they conquered Spain. They went and civilized them niggas.
Word up. What you did and where you born, two different things. I'm in Georgia.
And they
I'm from New
built
York.
mosques and stuff like that. No, I don't even know who Mansa Musa is.
Who did you say? Manson what?
You say Charles Manson.
Charles Manson was the leader of the NOI in California. Man, Charles X. No one wanted this Trump segment bad, man. She hate Trump.
I take it back, BJ. We could go back to talk about the gay segment.
We ain't get to cover no ignorant shit today.
BJ's favorite topics.
No one wanted this Trump shit, man. I don't know, man. No one wanted it. No one wanted it.
I've been avoiding talking about Palestine for the last 7 podcasts because I knew you tired of it, BJ. And now you want to talk about North. So you asked me to start this Palestine segment today.
No, you said politics and Trump. I said, yo, you bring it. Because I ain't really been paying attention to Trump. It's the same old bullshit. Everybody complain about it.
What you been paying attention to, BJ? Just the trans,
the gays,
trans issue?
The gays and the trans. The gays and the trans.
I am so sick of that conversation.
The gays, the trans,
BJ
and the
troll y'all.
Democrats.
Y'all don't even really get BJ troll the shit out of y'all. Y'all don't
Yo,
even get it.
I really don't know what. I haven't seen anything. Nothing new has been going on over there, for real.
It's been a dry week all
Over
along.
where?
It's been shootings all over the goddamn country. Motherfuckers is killing more.
I'm talking about globally. I haven't really been seeing nothing major.
BJ, you've not been subscribed to the right shit. Every country has done something about Palestine. Like now, the past 2 weeks, we're starting to see like the international reaction of other countries, Canada, the UK, France. Like it's actually starting to show that like two countries said that they're gonna recognize Israel. Germany announced yesterday that they're not selling any more weapons to Israel. And yet yesterday, the Security Council in Israel announced that they're starting a complete conquest of Gaza. They're just going to take the whole shit. Yesterday, the Security Netanyahu first said it, and then at night, the Security Council passed the resolution that they're just going to go for all of it, like Trump wanted. It's been a lot of shit happening. It's been active.
Don't they got a warrant out for Netanyahu as a war criminal?
They been had it.
Look at that. He literally, they just announced today they're taking the whole shit. They just said we got to take it.
Take what?
The whole Gaza. They just said we're starting a conquest of Gaza. Like they just said that.
Because Netanyahu said, fuck what y'all after me about. He getting ready to try to take over Gaza and create a resort and put a gold Donald Trump in the center of it and turn it into a real estate.
Bank, man. Y'all should never let them over there.
There's going to be a United Nations Security Council meeting now. They're starting, they're going to meet about this. They already said it's a dangerous escalation in the war, and now the Security Council, and we're going to see what America going to do, because every time the Security Council meets, America want to stand up and say, let's kill the babies.
Y'all should have killed them on the beach when they came in 1942.
They were cool.
Let me get up out of here, y'all. I got to get this girl a break with the baby.
All right, bro.
All right.
We bow out of here, too. We overdue.
No.
They should have killed them niggas on the beach, like the Seminoles. The Seminoles dude, the white dude that came over there with the Bible. They killed him on the beach. They shot him with 50 arrows. They left that nigga on the beach with his Bible.
That's crazy.
And they still lost.
It's an African island right off of the coast of India. It's a Seminole tribe over there, whatever, and it's off limits to everyone. But some dude wanted to go over there and preach Jesus Christ, and they shot him with 50 arrows. Left him on the beach with his Bible and 50 arrows in him.
That's crazy.
And they came and got his body and took him back. They
One
ain't do nothing
arrow.
to the people.
They said an arrow hit his Bible. That's crazy.
Yeah, they killed 2 of them.
That was recent.
They killed 2 of them. Yeah, they killed one like
Oh my
4 years
God.
ago, and I think they killed another one right after, like 2 years later.
That's crazy. I don't know what is wrong with him.
Yeah, and that boy was young. He over there
Yeah,
trying to
he's
be a
26.
what they call them, like them crusaders and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here.
He was
take
an
your Jesus and
evangelical
your Bible back with
Christian
you.
missionary. Oh my God. That's
Yeah, missionary.
That's
They killed that
crazy.
nigga on the beach.
From
As soon as he
Alabama.
stepped foot out the boat, they shot that nigga down.
Arrow is crazy.
Hey, but BJ, you say violence ain't the answer.
No, yes it is. I ain't never say it wasn't the answer. I said the situation. Yes, it
You
is.
can't. You said you can't win if you go violent.
It depends on the situation. The Black Panthers couldn't win that battle. There was no way they was gonna win a battle against the police. Nobody has been able to win a battle against the police in America. No one. You won't win.
BJ, before that trip, he had went to missionary trips in Iraqi Kurdistan, South Africa, and Mexico. And he became interested in attempting to convert that specific tribe to Christianity in high school. Where the fuck do people come up with this shit? How you want Iraqi Kurdistan? You want to convert them to the Bible? Like they're so set in their religion. How are you even thinking this is possible? That's insane.
And he took his stupid ass in that boat
How do you even found that out?
and rode all the way to that island just to get killed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but the only organization that's been able to withstand and thrive in America, Black organization, is the NOI. The NOI don't do nothing. They don't do nothing to nobody. They ain't. That's why Malcolm X was mad. They don't do nothing to nobody. They ain't fighting no police or none of that. They'll march and put some paperwork in and put some money up and all that. They ain't about to get guns, and they don't even have guns. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? The NOI don't even move around with guns and all that.
As they say, violence begets violence. You know, like I mean, it just is, and it's always that. This country was founded on blood, killing, and as you say, big bank takes little bank. Sometimes little bank get tired of being bullied. Every bully has his day.
Noah, give us a closing argument, Noah. What else you got in the tank?
A closing argument. Let me see what I sent.
No, don't let them get you talking about emotional. He was hollering just as much as you would.
I know. His whole forehead vein was out.
That was hilarious. I'm looking at y'all two going at each other like a. You ever heard of a cockfight? You know, they be fighting them roosters and shit. I'm like, boy, don't get them started.
For 2 hours. For 2 hours.
Hey, BJ got that smoke, but so do Noah. She got a whole bunch of
I
arrows.
wasn't even prepared for that, Kurt. I got a whole different agenda here. You see this? Oh, y'all can't see.
You're the only one that gets the
I got
agenda.
something
He's the only
totally
one that
different
gets to prepare.
Wait, but you got Noah started. She was not going to. She popped. First, I thought she was gone. She popped up back on the screen.
Every time I'm gone for longer than 10 minutes,
Nadia
I know
actually
some
started
justice
it.
and fiction
Nadia
about it.
started it talking about Mr. Lou.
Yeah, she came in the.
I
Yo,
was
it's a
talking about
shooting in
healthcare
Atlanta right now.
in America. I got dragged into the Israel and Palestine war.
BJ, it's a shooting in Atlanta right now. An officer just got killed by Emory University. The gunman is
Oh
dead.
yeah. They said it's an active. Yeah, Bree told me that on
That's
my way
crazy.
here.
I
Word.
just saw that. They said there's an active shooter on Emory Atlanta campus at 5 p.m. They said
Yeah, I was.
he killed a
Nah,
cop,
we
a
good, bro. We about
33-year-old
to
cop.
we out.
That's crazy.
We out. Suleiman said the original Arabs and Hebrews were I never even seen this before. Acabulian, blue
Yeah, I
Nanian.
don't know.
Semitic black
Academonian.
lineage. All the prophets were of dark brownish complexion. That's our history in Quran, Bible, Torah. Inshallah, we study if we don't know. Man, all that
Yeah.
knowledge gonna get you killed, man. That's it. That's all that's gonna do. that shit ain't gonna do nothing but get you killed, man. Depending on where you at. Word up. Cause one thing about it, them Palestinians know they know their history. That shit ain't helping them. That's their land. All that knowledge, Kurt. That shit don't help. That
Yeah.
ain't gonna help nobody nothing.
See, the whole thing about it is that whole war that they talking about. Oh, Hamas, they killed 1,200. They kidnap and they rape babies. Look at them kids that's over there now. They talking about ain't no starvation over there. That looks like starvation to me. If you blow up all of the,
Candace just said they playing Hunger Games with them.
yeah.
Starvation is crazy now. It's officially irreversible now. They've caused so much damage with the starvation of the kids that even if they stop doing it now, they still gonna be left with permanent cognitive damage. They don't got food. They don't got food to supply their brains. As kids.
You know, ever since that war over there in the see, Americans are always in somebody's goddamn business. We so messy. We always in somebody's business, and we ain't even taking care of our business at home. We ain't even taking care of our own people. They
Man,
got
I don't
so.
wanna hear that shit. I've been saying that all day today, Kurt, and you've been acting like you ain't understand.
No, you stop, BJ. You're so emotional. You're so emotional that I've been saying the same thing as you. You just hearing something different. I said that they still ain't giving it to us, though they collecting all of this money from tariffs and this and that and the. Where do the American people see it?
Let me read this. According to the CDC mortality data, in 2023, there were 12,276 black homicide victims in the United States. 12,000 in 1 year.
And what are they doing about that?
12,000, right? 12,000 right here in America in 1 year. That's what I'm talking about. We fucked up over here.
And
get it out, bro. Get it out.
Immigration is the least of the problems. We talking about they criminals that's over here. Hell, we got more criminals over here than in St. Louis than all of Mexico. These niggas, they don't what?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Shit.
No, you don't. You bugging.
Man, I mean, what I'm saying to you is our problem is inner. We got to fix this. And not only do we got to just focus on immigration, that ain't the starting point. The starting point is getting these people that's supposed to represent us to agree on something that helps us, the United States. And that's whoever is living here, including Noah. See, I'm not going to point.
So when you say we help us do this for us or whatever, let's take New York City, for example, the city of New York, because they was hit the most, right?
Okay, let's build some.
If you have more than 200,000 migrants that entered New York City since spring of 2022, straining the city's resources, as of November 2024, over 65,000 migrants are still in the city's care. This influx has doubled the population of Albany, New York. That's just in New York.
Okay.
So how is, if I'm the mayor of New York and I'm really serious about helping New York and New York people, my people, I'm the mayor of this city, I have 200,000 people that's not even supposed to be here. I do need to get them out of here. I do. They in the way. They in the way. That's just a fact.
Okay, so what was you doing? What was you doing before the 2 million people got there? He wasn't doing nothing for them.
Nothing. Correct. But now we holding them accountable. We need them to do. We want them to do something, right?
I hope that works.
That's what we talking about now. Right now, we talking about y'all
That's
need to
what
do
I'm talking
something for Americans.
Good luck with that.
Good luck. BJ, read the comment.
It's no solution. It's just good luck with that.
Yeah, see, because this is what it is. They sold you a big, beautiful bill. That's supposed to help Americans, but watch who it helps. It ain't getting ready to help the Americans. It's gonna help them rich motherfuckers.
I'm not getting them comments.
Read the comment, BJ.
I might be behind. Read it for me, Noah.
Oh, here, put it up. He said, Americans live in projects, got Jordans, and kill each other. What Palestinians would give to be in our position? They got true religion and no food. We got food and no true religion.
Right.
I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Once again, we got Americans that care more about Palestinians than Americans. I don't know what y'all want me to say. They want to escape one death because this death is better over here. Is that what you're saying?
What you'd rather, starve to death or get shot? I'll take get shot. I'll take get bombed. I'll take anything over starve to death.
Bombed to death. Nah, I'm gonna find some food. If I gotta eat dirt, eat mud or something, I'd rather find some food than get shot and bombed and killed and all that way.
Look at the pictures, BJ. If they could find food, they would have found it. It's bones. I would rather anything than become bones and die that way. That's a slow and painful death.
It really is.
Starving to death is fucking crazy.
You know, starvation is the worst possible death.
BJ, people are putting flour in Egypt in water bottles and sending them in the ocean, and that's what they get in Palestine because the tide takes it towards there. That's the only way they get flour, from a water bottle across the ocean from Egypt that Palestinian kids run to go get, and then they get slaughtered. That's the Hunger Games that Candace Owens was talking about. Like, this is some next level demonic shit.
Listen, it's. I mean, I
Don't
can't
tell
say
me
it
it's
no
not war.
more.
You got it. Like, everybody always talk. A bunch of the comments was talking about minimizing slavery, minimizing this, but it's like every time I want to talk about anything that's going on in Palestine, it's always everybody's at war. Even your big sis Karina was talking in the comments about we're all at war. Like, I'm talking about babies being starved to death, and you don't want to tell me we're all at war. Like, bitch, come on. I don't
Guess
know.
what?
But what are y'all at war with?
When black people bring up slavery in America, guess what they say? Everybody was in slavery. Everybody faced some kind of slavery. Right or wrong, Kurt? When we bring up slavery, what they quick to say? Everybody was in slavery at one point.
Nobody was in slavery, but
but see, one ain't no different than the other. You know, like when you speak in terms of morality, you know, where your morals stand at. You know, who was the person that said injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere?
Yeah, that's easy to say. That's easy to say, but not when you in the projects getting killed over Jordans and all that. You worried about the projects. You worried about where you at. You ain't worried about is injustices over across the whole world. So whether you're in the Vietnamese over there with the Vietnamese and they're going through what they're going through, or what about the Congo and the Rwanda people? They've been killing each other for years.
And it's
hundreds of years.
And at the end of the day, it's still injustice.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, while you're sitting here saying injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere, people don't have the luxury to look over there and be like, oh, they're being done wrong when we being done wrong right here where I'm at. I don't have that luxury. I'm right here where I'm at. I got to fix this right here.
Right, that's what I keep saying.
I could be pulled over and killed by the police just as easy with no problem. What they're going through is messed up. We done said that a million times. People are actually in America protesting, talking about free Palestine and all that. Americans too. Americans are out there with Palestinians also. It's not just them by themselves. It's Americans. It's a lot of black Americans that's being chastised for saying free Palestine. Dwight Howard got kicked out the NBA because he tweeted free Palestine. Lost millions of dollars. That gets overlooked. Noah don't give a damn about no nigga tweeting free Palestine.
How do I not give it? What do you mean? It's $1 billion.
said that.
I don't respect DJ Khaled because I know that's the reason he doesn't do shit, because he knows he's gonna lose money. It's like I respect that a lot, to be willing to lose money to stand up for a cause you believe in. Just because I don't think that that's done anything for my people because they're still starving to death doesn't mean I don't respect it as a commendable stance and a commendable morality. I do respect it.
He should have
But
kept his
doesn't mean I
mouth.
gotta say it's effective. It's not effective.
He should have kept his mouth.
Unfortunately, words don't stop bombs.
I know he wish he took that tweet back because he ain't get nothing for that.
You knew that was gonna happen. What are you talking about? Happened to everybody. What's her name? A singer that was dating that basketball player. Shit, what's her name? She been talking about it.
Yeah, Dr. Martin Luther King lost his life for saying free my people.
Dating the basketball player.
The singer. His name
Summer
starts with
Walker?
K.
Tiana
Dating
Taylor?
Basketball player. No. Oh my God. How it slipped my mind? Kyrie Irving. The one that was dating Kyrie Irving.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
You know who that is. Kehlani.
Kyrie Irving is with Kalani?
They used to be together. They stopped in 2000, like 10 years ago or some shit. Kehlani lost so many. You know how many? She had like maybe 7 concerts get canceled because of what she's been saying about Palestine. Kyrie Irving too. He talks a lot about Palestine. He lost a lot of shit because of it too. Everybody that say shit lose a lot, and they know it before they say shit. It's a very clear consequence. Bella Hadid and all the
And I'm just saying that's messed up because Palestinians hate Americans. They hate America.
So what is that? Who's expecting Palestinians to love America when we've had rockets arrive in Palestine that are signed by the Secretary of State of America? Who is expecting Palestinians to love America?
The problem is y'all can't the problem is people like you can't separate the American government from the American people.
Because they all look the same. How can we separate them?
Y'all hear
They
this
all
shit?
look the same. And guess who votes for the American government in America?
Y'all hear
The
this
American people, because they have the right to vote.
Hey
So
man,
it's very easy
especially
to
black
think-
Americans. You hear this, Suleiman? You hear this? Especially black Americans. Y'all need to mind y'all business.
BJ, until I get to know you and know your stance, if all I know about you is an American, I'm not a big fan of America. When I speak to you and I know you
What
got
I'm
a
saying
brand
is,
of morality,
you know, Kalani just did what she did to lose her money.
yes.
Dwight
then I
Howard,
support her.
Candace Owens is risking everything.
Yes,
There's
so I
people
love
that's
these
risking
Americans. I love these
their
Americans, but I do
livelihood.
love
There's
America.
people that's risking their livelihood just by saying free Palestine.
And that should make me love America.
see,
or love them?
you know-
No.
Make me love
You
America?
don't have to love America. Listen, you should be able to tell the difference. You should be able to tell your people, yo, not all the Americans over here aren't bad people. There are some Americans over here that ain't with that Israel shit. You should be able to do that, but you can't do that
I
because
do
you
that
said we
all
all
the
look alike.
time, BJ. I live with an American. I do that
He
all
don't
the
count,
time.
man.
I'm telling you, I have a lot of American friends. You think I have a single American friend that doesn't support Palestine? I know that. I've
So
never.
then why is it so hard for you to separate the two? Why when I say that, you say, oh, I can't because I don't know, y'all all look alike.
Because my perception is I don't like America. I don't like what America stands for, and I don't like who the American people elects. I don't like the majority of Americans because the majority of Americans elects barbaric people that support bombing. That's why I don't like the majority of Americans. But there's a select group of Americans that I fucking love because they have morality and they're good people and they're logical and they have a conscience. I love a lot of Americans.
Do those people you love, hold on. Do those people you love vote?
Some of them do and some of them don't. But
So-
the ones that do have never voted in. I don't know. I know like 6 people that voted for Jill Stein. Every American I knew that voted for Jill Stein was an American that supported Palestine and knew that she was the only candidate that said out loud, I will never send a bomb to Israel.
Let me say this though, BJ. Let me say one thing real quick. You know, you made the statement, why do Palestinians hate Americans, and separating the two between government and who the people are. Well, America is good for that. They give us this view of like the Iranian government. Oh, they're Islamic, so they're terrorists. And so they put this label as all Muslims are terrorists, and you got to look at them like they're terrorists, and we see them as that. They did the same thing with Hamas. Oh, they're a terrorist.
That's not true. That's not true.
What?
That's not true. You're talking about a select group of ignorant Americans. That's cool. My Americans or Black Americans don't look at Muslims as terrorists.
What? Okay, I'm saying America as a whole. Americans look
as a whole, bro.
Okay, this is then. How did they get all of a sudden agreement to be able to go over there in Iraq? Talking about they looking for weapons of mass destruction that was never there.
That wasn't a Muslim thing. That wasn't nothing about Muslims.
It was a Muslim country that they wanted to take those people oil.
See,
the perception. Wait, the perception of the people as opposed to what the government is doing is two different things. You know,
exactly what I'm saying. What you just said. Exactly.
That's what I was saying. So the reason why Palestinians probably see Americans as the big evil is because all they've seen out of America is the American investments in people that are their enemies.
Man, you need to stop trying to defend everybody else.
He's 100%.
We already got Noor here defending the Palestinians because it don't even make sense what you're saying. Wait. Okay,
let me use a perfect example. Back when I was in the military, the perception was we had a war on drugs, but it was the American government that was shipping guns down through Managua and Nicaragua to send over there to Iraq, which incidentally they call weapons of mass destruction, and they got a war on drugs, but really they were the producers of it and bringing cocaine to America. See, they create this content that we look at every day, and then we judge them people by the standard of what our government is, and we don't even really get to know the people. They looking at Hamas.
The Americans I grew up with, the Americans I know, large majority of them don't even know what's going on. Period.
Exactly. That's why it's difficult to
large majority to even say that we looking at Palestinians and the Muslims like this, that, and the third. They don't even know what's going on.
Exactly.
And guess what? In all the hoods in America, all my American people is Muslims. Is Muslims in these corner stores for years.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is, just like you made the statement, well, Hamas was representing Palestine. No, Hamas was a prop, or in other words, how the FBI used to put they little plants in order to infiltrate. Hamas was nothing but an infiltration of the people.
We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that.
I mean, I'm just saying how the media get us to view certain.
Noah's right here. Noah's right here. If Noah knows all of that, Noah is saying this shit. Fuck the Palestinians over there. Noah is saying it right here. She's saying it. She's just said, "Oh, I can't tell the difference because y'all all look the same." She's saying it.
And then they call me. This guy called me out in the comments. Said y'all all looking like it's crazy. What's so crazy about that? How am I supposed to tell the difference between? How am I supposed to tell the difference between an American that's got a conscience and an American that just listens to everything in the media and thinks Arabs are terrorists and would support the bombing of the country and would go in the military and fight for their country?
Because you live in America, and like you said, you have American friends. You live with an American. It should be easy for you to say, "Nah, all Americans ain't the same."
Obviously, I know that, but that doesn't stand.
You're not saying that.
It doesn't change my general stance on America as a political entity, as a country.
I don't see how. That's crazy to me.
Not one single people on.
So then, Kurt, we have every right to say every Muslim is a terrorist. Then.
No, nobody has the right to say that, and I never said every American.
No, I didn't say that we have the right, but that's how.
What you said. I'm talking about what she just said.
I'm saying the government does. They make us view each other like, you know.
So who's making Noah view Americans as
America?
Like
America. Every single war when America sends bombs made in America, sent by America.
So Kurt is basically a product of what you're talking about too.
How is he a product of that?
I'm asking you.
No, I'm just saying the reason I have this sentiment towards America is because of America's actions in my country. Kurt was a member of the military. If I met Kurt and I didn't know anything about him, and all I knew was that Kurt was an American that served in the military, I would assume that he'd probably shot an Arab in his life. I would assume that he probably killed whatever, because that's just the general, like it's just a baseline. A person that's in the military of a country that supports the destruction of my people under false pretenses, that's the baseline. And then I have to speak to him and I get to know him, and then I understand, oh, he's one of the Americans that have a brain.
Y'all quick to talk about media and all that, social media and all that.
I'm talking. It's normal to have a default presumption based off of what the majority of America has been voting for, what the majority of America has been pursuing, what the majority of America has supported and re-voted and re-elected the same people that in 2016 Trump was saying the same shit about Israel, yet they re-elected him. So why am I not allowed to have an opinion based on what the majority of America votes for on the majority?
All right, so what happened? What about the Americans that voted for Biden?
Are you hearing the word majority? Do you hear how many times I said majority? Majority.
What about the Americans that voted for Biden?
What?
What about the Americans that voted for Biden?
Most of them are also, they're all Americans. That's the one thing we've agreed on.
No, what I'm saying is, was Biden for Israel or against Israel?
He was for Israel.
Okay, so what about the Americans that voted for Biden? Because you're just talking about Trump.
No, I consider both of them pieces of shit, American pieces of shit.
What about Obama?
Also an American piece of shit, but
okay.
A little more.
So then we could clearly say it doesn't matter who gets in that seat. They're going to be pro-Israel, right?
No, it does. Because if Jill Stein was in that seat, if Bernie Sanders was in that seat, they wouldn't have done this. Bernie Sanders
is Jewish.
Yes, and he's a good Jew, and he's a Jew with a brain, and he's been talking about Palestine. He's the only person that
you don't know American history.
Look at everything Bernie has voted for in the past 4 years.
They will kill them like they killed Kennedy.
Who?
The Jews.
They killed who?
Once again, there go BJ talking about the Jews killed Kennedy and all this shit. Matter of fact, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm
gonna stop talking about the Jews. Matter of fact,
give me a bit of proof and I'll buy that.
The Jews don't give a damn about the Americans, and Palestinians and the Muslims don't give a damn about the Americans neither. So I'm gonna mind my business. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of this fight.
I expected you to give a fuck about my people. All I expected you was
I'm gonna stay out of this fight.
You should, BJ. Let's go back to the gays next episode. I'm out.
Don't let them get you, you know.
Jill, one thing about it, she keeps talking about Jill Stein. I never even heard of her.
You ain't never heard of Jill Stein? See, you're so narrow.
Exactly.
Nope.
Hung up on what Trump gonna do for you by exterminating the gays and the immigrants.
I ain't hung up on nothing. Y'all hung up on Trump. Y'all hung up on all of this. This is just content for me. This is just content. What's that? What Dawood said? Most Americans see Muslims as terrorists. They see Islam as a threat to their pagan false that worship a man over Allah, the Most High Creator, who created the universe.
Now, I agree with that. Because they created somebody told me that years ago, America always labeled, they got labels for everybody. I heard Muhammad Ali have an interview with one of them people one time, and they was like, how do you feel as a little little Negro child? He was like, what country is Negro? Every people got a country. You got Chinese people come from China. You got Russian people come. Where is Negro? Where is the country of Negro? We call ourselves black. Where is the country of black?
Africa.
So why we're not African? African Americans. Because that's our natural origin. We always America label everybody terrorists that don't agree with their satanic policies. Everybody. They called Gaddafi a terrorist organization so that they could be justified in going to bomb him and have him assassinated.
Gaddafi was my guy.
And Gaddafi was that dude.
Noah said Gaddafi was bad for the people and the dictator.
Because that is the general propaganda program that that the media keeps running.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, whatever. But
you know, like if we keep hearing in the news every day that this, that P. Diddy, he was on the island with Epstein, and if that's what we always hear about the man.
I see what they say about Gaddafi, but I'm not going that way.
Right.
I see what they say about Muslims, but I ain't going that way. I don't know of Americans. I don't know Americans that think all Muslims are terrorists. Maybe Dawood knows some. I don't know. Maybe y'all know Americans. The Americans I know and I'm around don't think Muslims are terrorists.
Well, I'm saying when the World Trade Center got hit, the first thing they said,
man, we just the world. That's something totally different. I'm talking about right now. That was 25 years ago. Right now.
What I'm saying, opinions about people are formed over scenarios that are created.
Of course.
Narrative and whoever create the narrative, if people go with it, then that's what happens. And then they have this real fucked up thing. It's like I used to wonder why when I used to go to the grocery store in the suburb, the white women used to lock their doors like I was getting ready to come and snatch their purse. Shit, I locked my door because I was scared they were gonna come and snatch me out of my car. It's just their general idea that they've got through whatever information that they accepted as a reality. I don't see Palestinians as bad. I do see the shit that Israel have done over the years. And I don't support that. None of that. They need to, first of all, America needs to get out of everybody's goddamn business if they want to say America first. Then do something for America first. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Like, even with this tariffs, that's not being American first.
Yes, it is. But we're gonna say that for another show. We getting up out of here.
Listen,
being in America first.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. 1 month ago, when I went to the grocery store, when I go to the grocery store, I normally buy all of my meats for the month. I spend almost $600 on just meat. And I put it in my freezer. Last month, I got a container of hamburger. Cost me $18. I went this month, that shit $28. What are they measuring as the reason for such a price hike in my food bill?
Damn, that was a black cop that got killed too. Yeah, he looked young too.
And what's going on down there in Georgia? That boy went on that military post and shot up all them people. He lost his mind.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You going on a military installation where all they got is a whole weapons arsenal, and you shoot some motherfucker.
He got his off.
And he got it off.
He shot 5 of them off. He got his off. I don't know what the hell you told. Wasn't he the sergeant?
Yeah, and then he didn't even get shot. Yeah, he was a sergeant. First sergeant.
They pissed him off. He ain't with that shit. Who y'all talking to? I kill all y'all niggas in here. Yo. All right,
Hey,
yo, get out of here, man. I done fucked up. Well, I didn't even get the stuff for the mac and cheese, man. I ain't even messing with Noah, bro. Messing with Noah, man.
All right, Kurt. Appreciate you for hanging out. Appreciate for everybody hanging out in the chat.
Damn.
4-hour episode.
Damn, Will, you still there? I thought he went to lunch.
He just woke up. I was waiting for him to wake up.
Hey, what my song? Hey, I be cranking that daggone song down the streets of St. Louis. Don't nobody know who it. I don't even know who the artist's name is. They be like, who is that? I don't know.
There you go.
Dr. Jamal Kelly.
I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. Will, what up? When I was a little boy, I put my hood on my back. All eyes on me and nobody cut me no slack. While bowling up and down, that cold money was all I thought. And daddy was selling drugs, so it made me say fuck sports. Him teaching me the game, felt like he was passing the torch. In front of projects, I jumped off the stoop, not a port. My OGs was my idols, not no Meech or Rick Ross. And remember, to be a boss, life was always the cause. I carry Christ on my back, that's why they call me the cross. And whenever shit was rough, I just hustle and stay my course. And every time I pull myself back on my feet, digging my cleats. Every step I take, rip up the streets. A gun in a vest, some money and weed is all I need. When I hit the block, my mama started losing her sleep. To love a nigga like me is really not for the weak. I became a villain after that 100 bullets ate up my Uncle G. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I'm hands-on, my kids ain't raised by no iPad. I show up every day, if you a man, try that. Can't call yourself a man if you make a child and deny that.